Get it shared out, everybody. We're gonna go give it another 1 minute, and then we're going to intro. DUM mode. God, I love this band. We'll be back on the other side of 2 minutes, folks. Let me.
What's up, everybody? It's Ryan Weaver. I am on the Don't Unfriend Me show, otherwise known as the DUM Show, with host Matt Spear. You guys can find the show at The DUM Show on social media or thedumshow.com.
Not sure where our sound file went. It's kind of quiet. It usually has our sound file in the intro. I don't know what happened to it. Hold on. Well, it's certainly there.
Olivia and Mike, geopolitics, military
What's up,
analysis.
everybody? It's Ryan Weaver. I am on the
Adjusting transmitter out.
There we go.
This is the Don't Unfriend Me Show with your hosts, Matt, Leroy, Amy, Olivia and Mike. Geopolitics, military analysis and election coverage. Coming to you live on the Spreely.tv network and all major social media channels at The DUM Show. Honest, direct, unfiltered. We can agree, we can disagree. Just don't unfriend me.
What is going on, Dumb Nation? Welcome. Sorry for the inconvenience of not getting the audio correct. You might be like, what the hell is going on with the live? This doesn't look normal. Well, we've been doing this in the AM, and I figure when I'm running solo, Olivia's not on, or Leroy and Amy, I'm just going to run it like this because I've been standing all day, and I'll tell you, man, it's been nice. It's been nice just kind of, standing, doing my own thing and not sitting down in the damn chair. So about a week of having a standing desk, and I'm kind of addicted to it. Like, I actually get uncomfortable when I sit down now. So I'll be honest, my first few days, hips were hurting, wasn't feeling really good. But welcome to the DUM Show. It's good to have you here. I've got some good news. Want to run you through it real quick. Just a quick little look at this. We just dropped it, and the mods got to see it. And we're pretty excited. This is, I don't know. I think it's exciting. And you're going to have to tell me what you think. This is the DUM Club. And we've got the new logo. You can see it's got the elephant. And it's not the new logo for this, but it's new logo for the DUM Club itself. And yeah, I think it's kind of cool. We're going to make a t-shirt out of that. But people have been asking, a lot of people have been donating, and yes, I'm that tall. Yes, I know. A lot of people have been donating and saying like, this is great. I like to donate. Well, you know what? We might as well give something back. If you're going to donate each month, you might as well get something back. So we've created the DUM Club, and I want to give it to you real quick, just so you understand, just a taste of it. Terry and I are working on it, but it starts out $10 a month, right? So $120 a year. And what you get is a group membership on Spreely, which is a nice thing because you get an actual group that we can go into, we can chat, we can all be a part of, no limitations. We can speak about anything we want without any moderation, which is nice. Team meeting once a month. We'll bring everybody in on Skype or whatever, and we can all kind of just chat away and bring camera up if we want, or phone, and then people, obviously push to talk and, have a conversation, just a little group meeting with all the dummies. We have bonus content, which will be 15 minutes before the show. You get to join in and kind of chat and talk. Recognition on the website, get your name up in lights, monthly newsletter, and 10% off the store for $10. So $25 value. Then we've got the $25 monthly, and we add on to that Off the Record, which is going to be a weekend show that Olivia and I do that really has nothing to do but with what your topics are. So you get to bring your topic onto the table and we talk about it. Premium news content means no ads on all the news from the DUM News. Just all ads are taken off, which is big. Spreely Cost Club membership, which Cost Club is an Amazon, all made in the United States. You get that absolutely free. It's usually $10 a month that comes along with it. You get a $20 gift certificate to Spreely along with that, and that is $25. And then adding on top of that, you get a local Dutch meet and greet. You're in Virginia, you're in DC, you're in Maryland, you're in Pennsylvania, one of those areas. Olivia and I'd love to meet you up for lunch and, go to lunch. I think it'd be awesome to do that. Quarterly gift boxes, send t-shirts, beef jerky, coffee, hats, whatever. We're going to do a quarterly gift box. Personalized video. You have a birthday. You have something that you want to post on your site, whatever. You have a congratulations you got going on. We're going to do that too. And then personalized photo with an autograph. You can get myself, Olivia, Leroy, Amy will probably do one a quarter as well. So anyway, I just thought I would let you know. And then of course, if you want to support the show, it's still right here. This is still a work in progress. I want to list everything out and show you guys the value of what you're getting, but we're just starting and I figured I would show it to you. You can go to news.thedumshow.com and then you have to type in /the Dumb Club. Just kind of a cool thing. We're really excited about it. We put a lot of work into this. This is almost 4 months coming. So I'll put the link in chat. You can take a look, see what you think. But pretty cool. Anyway, countdown to the eclipse, countdown to cicada, all that type of stuff is going to be interesting. I'm glad everyone is on tonight. We're going to have a lot to go over. I'm glad you got to see the Dumb Club. I think we'll start off with a coffee mug or something. But anyway, it's a really cool thing. So let's get into what we're talking about tonight because we've got a whole bunch to cover. It's live now. Tommy, it's live now. You can go there now. You guys can sign up. All this stuff will come in. So if anyone's interested, you can go sign up now. It is live. You can go to PayPal. All the buttons work. It's just not as, bells and whistles. I want to show samples of the gift boxes. And, it's like a $200, $150, $200 value on the last run, about $75 on the second one. And the reason why is because Spreely has a cost club. Spreely has social media. Spreely has video. They have coffee and gold, and they do all this stuff. And that gives us the ability to give it real cheap, but it's not cheap stuff. Just like you guys saw dumbbeef.com last night. It's not cheap shit. So what we're trying to do is, we're trying to monetize a little bit, but we're trying to give back. We're trying to find a way where people can say, okay, I want to donate. And you guys donated almost $2,500 last month, which is incredible. Unbelievable. Like that saved Olivia and I's bacon this month, to be honest with you. We want to be able to give back. So instead of just donating, you can join the club, and that's a way that we can kind of say thank you. So, all right, enough of this. Let's get to the show. We got 100 on clean and simple, which is beautiful. Good to have you on. Remember, mornings, we usually have a live show now. We're playing that between 9 and 10. I think we're going to start at 9 and hopefully have a good morning show. So this is what's been going on in the news today. I want to start off with a video and talk about what you can expect from the liberals. I want to also talk to you about Ukraine. Now, last night, one of our listeners, a huge fan of ours, and we love her to death, Kristen, she sent in a message and said, "Hey, Matt." And I said, "Yeah." And she goes, "Secretary Blinken just said that Ukraine is joining NATO." And I'm like, "What? There's no way. It's World War III. You can't, first of all, you can't join when they're at war. What the hell's going on? This doesn't make any sense, right?" So lo and behold, I got the video. I looked at the video. We saw it. And it was a deep fake. It wasn't a real video. The voice of Blinken was being broadcast in English by an interpreter, which makes no sense. And he was speaking French. But I went and dug some stuff up. I went and looked at a few things, and I found some interesting stuff that I want to share with you. We're going to show some other videos as well. We're going to talk about a few more things, but the main thing is Ukraine. We're going to talk about fear porn from the Democrats. Their next strategy in this whole process is to scare the bejesus out of you and make you fearful. I'm going to show you a new video that they're trying with that. They are doing a video on abortion, bringing in children. It's really awkward and cringeworthy. And this is what you're going to see, stuff like this. So a lot of good stuff tonight. Let's go ahead and get started with this first video. I want to watch this. This came out when Donald Trump ran in 2020. And this is, understand, Democrats have been doing fear porn for forever. You can break it down to how many times the planet was supposed to end, right? You guys remember this. It started off with radon and freon in our refrigerators and air conditioning units. And they said, oh no, it's going to kill the ozone, right? And then the ozone was going to open up a hole and kill us all. And then they went ahead and said, well, no, it's not going to be that. Now it's going to be Aquanet and aerosol cans. And then it was the rainforest. Then, murder hornets and global warming. No, it's not global warming. It's it's climate change. No, it's not climate change. It's COVID. And no, it's not COVID. It's going to be, fossil fuels. No, it's fracking. No, every single, just come on. It's always something with these people. They are just the Chicken Little party. And it's like sooner rather than later, they're just going to get it right one of these days. Yeah, acid rain. There's another one. Absolutely. Cow farts, Tuner says. Ramon says acid rain. I mean, see if you can think of some. I mean, God, we could all sit here all day and do this, and we can right, electric stoves, monkeypox, right? When we were all going to go ahead and when we had sex with the opposite sex, we're going to get monkeypox, right? But don't you dare call it a homosexual disease, even though that's who it affected. We made that mistake. AIDS. So it's always something, right? It's always something with the Democrats. Well, now it's, our democracy. Our democracy is in jeopardy. And if Donald Trump gets in, we're all going to perish. World War III is going to start, let alone bringing Ukraine into NATO. I mean, that's not going to start World War III. You've got China going after Taiwan. You've got Israel. You got the Abraham Accords falling apart. I mean, that's the real fear, right? Nuclear war, global thermonuclear war. Isn't that the scary one? I heard that's not very good for the environment and global warming, just a hunch. But instead of worried about that, they're like, oh, no, that's not important. We need to worry about murder hornets. So it's not that Republicans don't have their, fear porn as well. Their fear porn is the New World Order, the World Health Organization, the Davos Summit. That's real, Matt. Murder eclipses, killer cicada. We've got our own stuff, but we don't run on a national platform. This is just the behind the scenes that a lot of people are connecting the dots and saying, some of this stuff doesn't work. Something's wrong here. There's something rotten in Denmark. Let's watch this video. This is the DNC/Lincoln Project video that was designed to terrify you into not voting for Donald Trump in 2020. The reason why is because if you did, he was going to run for 37 consecutive terms, even though the only person who has run more than 2 terms was FDR, and he was a Democrat. But, that's what the liberals do, right? They want to blame everybody else. Donald Trump, yes, he contested the election. Yes, January 6th happened. And whether you think he's guilty of that or not is really immaterial. The whole point is there was a peaceful transfer of power. It was not ideal. But truly, you have to look at when the electoral votes and the state votes were counted and the announcement of Joe Biden and then Donald Trump not going with Biden, not there for his inaugural address or for his swearing in, that's not a peaceful transfer of power compared to previous times. But it wasn't a coup d'etat. Let's go ahead and be honest, please. Let's be honest. Watch this video. It is cringeworthy. And then I've got a second one to talk to you about, and I want your opinions. Here it is.
Hey, honey.
Just want to let you know, my kid was like, what the fuck? What's going on? What's going on? He'd pull out his dart gun, what's going on? My son, he doesn't wake up. First of all, he's not clothed. I mean, the kid sleeps in the buff and he gets it from his dad. I'm just letting you know. They definitely got their sleeping patterns from me because I sleep hot. Like if you could just basically have me sleep on an ice cube, I would be happy. But, yeah, my son would flip out, right? Just absolutely flip out. Where's dad? Where's dad? Why isn't dad? Well, because dad's not in the picture because she got short hair, right? So she's a Hillary Clinton replant. She's even wearing, I'm surprised she's not wearing a pantsuit. You know what I mean?
You asked me to wake you and tell you what happened in the election.
Who won?
Trump. Trump won.
But I thought you could only be president 2 times.
Not anymore.
Oh, God. Every time.
The Lincoln.
Oh, God. Every time I watch it, it's just gold. We got to watch it again. Here it is. God, it's fantastic. No, seriously, tell me that's not the greatest commercial you've ever seen. It gets better. Wait till you see the next one. I wish Olivia's here. She'd be flipping out. Watch this. Those are all second place participation trophies, just FYI.
Hey, honey. Mommy.
You asked me to wake you and tell you what happened in the election.
Who won?
Trump. Trump won.
But I thought you could only be president 2 times.
Not anymore.
I'll take things that my child never said for 1,000, Alex. No kid gives a shit about the presidential election. I did. I was rare. At 6, I cared. I'm not going to lie. At 10, I cared. I probably would have cared at 2 if I could have. Give me a break. Listen, come on. There's only so much you can handle, right? There's only so much bullshit that you can stuff down our gullets. This was 2020. They're like, if he does, they were pushing this shit back in 2016. How long are they going to continue to push this? The derangement syndrome. This is the Lincoln Project. You know, the guys who dressed up like MAGA and had tiki torches and had to actually create racism in order to malign Donald Trump with racism. You know, the Lincoln Project. Oh, it was comedy. Oh, yeah, dressing up like, racist tiki torches and KKK members, which you have to actually hire actors to do it. What a shill. I can't stand that guy from Lincoln Project. I mean, just an absolute douche plow. You got to fake it. You got to make it up. Well, if you got to lie about it, it's not true. It's like all the people who are anti-Israel on Twitter. If you got to lie, sister and brother, you know what they say about that? If you got to make up and manufacture evidence, and even if you get caught doing it once, you just ruin all credibility. So there you go. There's your commercial, right? This is coming. You know it's going to, not anymore, baby. Not anymore. Daddy left us. Mommy hasn't been touched in 4 years. And now you're going to leave me too because you're going to realize I'm brainwashing you. And when I try to send you that all-girls college and put you in a dress, you're going to resist me just like Daddy did. You're my meaning, sunshine. I just love you, Brenda. Brandon, Mom. Thank you, Brenda. Brandon, Mom. I love you, Brenda. Good night, sweetheart. Brandon, Mom. Not anymore. Whatever. So stupid. I can't make this shit up. I really can't. If you want to see that video, I'm going to post it on my website because it just encapsulates liberal meltdown like I've never seen before. What a stupid video. Donald Trump is going to stay in office forever. But if you think that's bad, wait till you see this one, because that one's just stupid annoying. This one's going to piss you off something fierce. This one you're not going to like very much.
Babies that totally need homes, so I'd love
First of all, my opinion. You shouldn't make light of abortion. This is Mothers Against Greg Abbott. Listen, Mothers Against Greg Abbott. What is that acronym? Sounds familiar. Whatever could have, is it mad? No. Is it dare? No. Is it Ace Tomato Company? No. What possible? It's MAGA. Mothers Against Greg Abbott. MAGA. Do you think maybe somebody in the overall marketing company may have wanted to check what those letters mean? It's not Magua. It's not a cute little, brown and white little, little thingy in Gremlins that you can't get wet, you can't feed after midnight, never, ever, ever put it in sunlight. 188. Who's calling? Hello? Well, whatever. So, MAGA, Mothers Against Greg Abbott. Come on. Give me a break. I mean, seriously, do you guys really think that that's what happened? That's what took place? That this wasn't a complete accident? What are they doing calling me? Yeah. Hello. Yep, don't call anymore. Lord Almighty. Live. Hold on. Life insurance, auto insurance. Come on, baby. Trying to do a show. She's not feeling well. She's got a cold. Can you please tell USA to stop calling me? I know. They want to talk about my extended warranty. Can you tell them to stop calling? They call in the middle of the show. They won't stop calling. It's interrupting the show because I got my camera on my phone. Yeah, I know. Thanks. Love you. You're awesome. All right. So they always love to call. And we've told them to not call my phone, but they always do. All right. So this is the next video. And USA is awesome, by the way. We love USA. What I hate is when they constantly call my phone. That's got to stop. This video is this is going to frustrate you. This is going to bother you. So watch this, and we will discuss it ad nauseum. Here it is.
Oh, hey, sweetie, how can I help you?
I read there are babies that totally need homes, so I'd love to adopt one.
That's adorable, but impossible. You're cute. How old are you, 11?
12 and a half.
Excuse me.
If science says I'm old enough to have a baby, hello, period in PE class, I should be able to adopt one, am I right?
No, you're wrong. You've got to provide food, shelter, mental, dental. Do you have proof of income?
Oh, does tooth fairy money count? Well, if I can't take a baby home, what about surrogacy? Wouldn't I look fly pregnant?
Oh my God, no, put that down. Pregnant teens are at high risk for preeclampsia, toxemia, emotional trauma.
Ugh, you're killing my vibe.
Don't be sassing me. Oh God, not again. Girl. We do not adopt children.
I was just wondering if you knew where the abortion clinic is.
Oh, I'm so sorry, but the state closed all of them.
Thanks.
Maybe if Dolomite would come out and let's watch it again.
Oh, hey, sweetie, how can I help you?
I read there are babies that totally need homes.
Hey, look, it's a kid. It's a kid that's like 11. It's a little girl. They're using children now. Wow, Democrats using children for something other than trafficking? This is amazing. Let's use a kid. Yeah, let's put a child in this. That's great. So other kids can see it. This is great. What else do they got? A child.
So I'd love to adopt one.
That's adorable, but impossible. You're cute. How old are you, 11? 12
and a half.
And I want you to remember that we're the ones that go ahead and advocate for adoption. We're the ones that said, well, listen, if you're not going to close your legs, if you're not going to wait till marriage, if you're going to be promiscuous and have sex, which I'm all about it because I did. I completely get it. Okay? Sex is freaking awesome. You can at least use a condom. You can use birth control. You can use a diaphragm. You can even use dental dam if you want to. There's plenty of things that you can. A rubber glove is a better choice than nothing at all. And worst comes to worst, you have the after morning pill. And then if that doesn't happen, you at least have a certain amount of weeks, depending upon your state, to have an abortion. You can go out of state if you want to. Hell, you can even go work for Starbucks for part-time and they'll fly you to the state for free so you can murder your baby. There's plenty of choices, but the one that we advocate for the most is adoption. That's us. What are you doing talking about adoption? And why are you using a kid? Why are you putting a child in this video? Don't you think it's a little awkward? Well, it is a little bit, okay? Fine. But then showing off her midriff and her patting her stomach where you can, what are we doing here? Why do liberals get away with this shit? And what is Dolomite's secretary doing here? I mean, seriously, enough of the Colin Kaepernick hair, for the love of God. No offense, but, do something with your hair and eat a salad. I mean, I don't want to, yeah, I do. I want to go on appearance because if I was an actor or an actress, actress because I could be one, I would never, ever participate in a commercial like this. Because what's the message? What's the message? The message is that little girls are getting pregnant. And when you look at the numbers, this is not true. Yes, Republicans aren't interested in stopping 11-year-olds who are involved in rape or incest. Yeah, there are some extremist parties. Yeah, and there's also extremist parties or parts of the party that also want up to birth of baby to abort, okay? That's not the Democrat platform. Most people, most Americans, they want limits on abortion. That's a guarantee. They want unfettered access to abortion, but they want limits. They don't want 9 months. They don't want once the baby's born. You know what? Just discard that. I just don't like the overall look of it. That is the extreme of the Democrat Party. Yes, there's like state legislature want to do that in New York and other places. That's not the norm. That's not the Democratic platform. And it's not the Republican platform to ban abortion altogether. Because that's not what's happening. You have different state legislators who are pushing stuff that ultimately isn't necessarily the unilateral opinion of most Republicans. Most Republicans are understanding that during rape, incest, and life of mother really cover, the basics of abortion. And most of them are okay with 6 to 8 to 12 to 15 weeks, depending upon who you talk to. But there are options, There are options. And I told you this in 2020. I told you this in 2022. I told you this in 2023 that abortion is on the ballot, and it is, folks. And we have got to do something. Yeah, I know. I know about the heartbeat limit in 6 weeks in Florida. That works for Florida. And the thing is that if Ron DeSantis goes after contraception and goes after the after morning pill, then he's making a mistake. But if you provide all the options available for a woman to handle her reproduction the way that they see fit within 6 weeks, and you give her the options to take care of that and take care of herself, then nobody has anything to complain about. If you're going to have sex and you're going to take that responsibility, you should take the responsibility for the possibility of pregnancy. Just like you should take the possibility of an STD. Just like you should take the possibility as a man that somebody could cry rape. You want to make sure that you are taking precautions. It is an intimate situation that can have life-altering consequence. And here I am. I encourage it. I do it daily. Never had an accidental pregnancy. Nope, not once. And trust me, we should have. But we took precautions and we were smart about it. We don't need to go into detail. If I can do it, you can do it too. The rest of the video, try to hold your nose.
If science says I'm old enough to have a baby, hello, period in PE class, I should be able to adopt one, am I right?
No, you're wrong. You've got to provide food, shelter, mental, dental. Do you have proof of income?
Oh, does tooth fairy money count? Well, if I can't take a baby home, what about surrogacy? Wouldn't I look fly pregnant?
Oh my God, no, put that down. Pregnant teens are at high risk for preeclampsia, toxemia, emotional trauma.
You're killing my vibe.
Don't be sassing me. Oh God, not again, girl. We do not adopt children.
I was just wondering if you knew where the abortion clinic is.
Oh, I'm so sorry, but the state closed all of them.
Thank
Oh boy. I did it from watching you, Dad. I did it from watching you. Listen, where's mom? Where's dad? Where's boyfriend? Where's the decision beforehand about before having sex? Where's the conversation that took place? And listen, every time my daughter walks out of the house, you know what I say? Don't do drugs, don't get pregnant. It's a joke, but we laugh about it. But trust me, my daughter knows. My daughter comes to me and says, Dad, before I drink, before I, smoke a joint, I don't think I ever will. And I'm like, honey, it's called college. She's like, I'm going to call you and tell you. Because you always told me to. And I'm going to tell you. And I said, what happens if you get a boy and you go on a date, whatever, you go to prom, and then you're going to have sex? What are you going to do? She's like, I'm going to call you and I'm going to ask the 3 questions. You're going to ask me the 3 questions. I said, what are the 3 questions? Am I safe? Am I intoxicated? Is this what I want, and do I have protection? The answer is yes, yes, yes. I'm going to tell her, you better let him know. Treat you with respect, treat you with love. If he doesn't, they're never going to find his body. I'll take out his goldfish and his cat too. Because my daughter and I have that relationship because I was sexually promiscuous at 13 years old. And I didn't stop until I met Olivia. And I didn't care. I was a pig, horrible human being, horrible 24-hour relationships, drunken stupors. I was a pig. And the last person I slept with before Olivia, I got her pregnant and I got trapped. The small town, you're in the military, you're in college. You're the big kid on campus. You come on in, and the local town girl goes, that's my ticket. Says, hey, I've had a hysterectomy. I can't have kids. Takes a pen, pops a hole in the condom. You don't know it till you check the wrapper later because you haven't thrown your trash out in literally a month and a half because you're a college guy who drinks all day, bartends at night, and goes to school. And you find out that this person, They planted you. Who am I to tell my kids anything different? I'm not encouraging it, but I'll tell you what, I'm not going to hide from it. I'm not going to stop my child from having a relationship with her father where she feels somehow that she's got to be nervous to tell me that she's in love with a boy and she's possibly going to go ahead and take that next step. I just got those 3 questions. Are you safe? Are you intoxicated? Is this absolutely something you want to do, and do you have protection? If the answer is yes, then not kid. If she calls me before 16, I'm gonna hunt her down. She knows this. But who am I? 13 years old. Who am I to sit here and say? I have to realize that the reality is that there is a good chance that my daughter will sleep with somebody before the age of 16. And I would much rather know that those 3 questions have been answered rather than getting the other phone call, which is, Daddy, can you pick me up at the police station? I was just raped. That's the phone call I'm not going to get. That's what I'm not going to do. Because that phone call puts me in jail for the rest of my life. That phone call puts me in jail for the rest of my life. That's not going to happen. So we have a choice. We can either talk about abortion and present a very clear, uniform platform for every Republican across the country. But if we can't align, how in the hell do we anticipate Washington, D.C. to align? Republicans have to come together. They've got to come together and find an abortion response and put it on paper. Now, we could sit here and say, nope, never, no abortion. We're not going ahead and we're not bending. We're not flexing. You might as well go ahead and put Joe Biden back in office. If we do that, you might as well put him back in office. And here's the thing. We got to save America, folks. We got to save this country. We got to get past this DEI shit. We got to get past this woke mentality where people can't say anything anymore. They can't offend anyone anymore. They can't be honest anymore. And you got to tiptoe around everyone's feelings. That we've got to have a pussified military that can't stand up for itself because we're recruiting people who have a lower education, people who are unmotivated. We're making exceptions for people who normally would never be accepted in the military, and we're not accepting be all you can be all you aren't, and hopefully you get there is not the motto. That's not the motto. I'm not advocating for abortion, folks. In fact, I am fervently against it. But I'll tell you what. If we don't do something, we're going to lose again in 2024. If we don't get a platform, and this is where Nikki Haley shines. And I'm telling you right now, Donald Trump would be real smart to put her in the cabinet. Because what she's proposing and her take on abortion is one of the best I've heard any Republican come up with. And it's the right to life 100%. It supports the heartbeat bill. But it also says rape, incest, life of mother have to be accommodating to those things. You have to make exceptions for those things. And then looking at the weeks, whether it's 6, 8, 12, 15, that's something to be decided. But you got to at least admire her position on that. And it's the most lucid one that I have heard. You better come up with something. Because all they have is abortion. All they have is going after Donald Trump and abortion. That's all they got. Take away abortion. Sweep that leg right now. Have the state legislature propose the heartbeat bill and right to life bill. That's all you got to do. Just propose both bills. Put them on the floor. You've got a majority. Speaker Mike Johnson, you're supposed to be, one of the most religious speakers we've ever had, one of the most conservative ever. Put the legislation to a vote. No, it won't pass. Who gives a shit? It's political capital. Just put the right to life bill on the docket, put the heartbeat bill on the docket, put them both together, and give a proposition to the Democrats that makes sense. Rape, incest, mother's health and life, and 12 weeks. Just put it on there. Because most of America agrees with that. Now, some people are saying, well, I didn't know I was pregnant to 3 months. I don't know what to tell you. That's what birth control tests are for, or that's what pregnancy tests are for. That's what a conversation with your doctor's for. If you miss your period, go and get checked. I mean, listen, I'm not a woman. I can't help you with this. I got my own people to give advice to. But if you didn't know you were pregnant for 3 months, I don't know possibly how you could not know you're pregnant for 3 months. Because if you miss your period, you should probably get checked. That's all I'm saying. You just go down and buy a test. Okay, comes back negative. Okay, I'm going to wait 5 days. If I don't get my period, I'm going to go take another one. And if that doesn't work, then I'm going to go get my doctor and find out what the hell's going on because something needs to be checked out. I don't know what to tell you, folks. Listen, it's hard for me. I'll tell you my personal story. My mother had brain surgery when she pushed with my sister. Aneurysms are in my family. It killed my uncle. Tumor killed him in his brain. God rest his soul, one of my heroes. I don't want to talk about him. I'm going to start getting emotional. My mother had brain surgery right after my sister. She had a cerebral hemorrhage. That thing popped. She lived. They had to do emergency brain surgery. Back in the 70s? Holy shit. 4 holes in her head. They had to drill and relieve pressure. And they went after it. They got it. She survived. My dad worked 4 jobs. He was a mason. He worked in the pharmacy. And he did odd jobs all the way around, even worked doing bricklaying. In order to pay for a surgery that was $250,000 surgery. Had to get money from my yaya and papu, my Greek grandparents, great-grandparents, and borrow money from them, $11,000 to buy their house that they turned around and later sold for $400,000 in California. And it runs in the family. So my mother had her brain surgery. She got addicted to Valium, got addicted to opiates and other medicine later in life. Found out it's a family curse, something that I had to experience. But in that time that she's recovering from brain surgery and she's getting back to normal, has perpetual black eyes from the trauma to the back of her head, she gets pregnant with me. And the doctors tell her she's pregnant. And they say to her, you're going to die. Right, Karen, I understand your situation. My point is a pregnancy test would have told you that, right? Karen, I don't know your situation, right? But if I'm a woman and I skip my period and it happens all the time, but I'm having sex, I'm going to get a pregnancy test. That's what my wife does. She knows her cycle. It's supposed to be green week. Whoop, I'm not green. I'm having a problem here. I got to go find out what's going on. Is it stress? Is it anxiety? We take a test. We find out, we're pregnant. I don't know what to say. But if you regularly are skipping your period and you don't know why, you got to find out. I understand premenopause. I understand all that stuff. I've got a wife. I understand. I'm not sympathetic. I'm just saying, if you're skipping, you got to find out why. You got to go to your gyno and you got to find out why and ask that question. And they're going to say, oh, it's premenopause, or it's because of this, or it's because of or stress and anxiety, or it's because you're working out to a point where your body is skipping its period. You got to find out why. But if you're having sex and, somebody's not shooting blanks and the baby batter cannon is firing in all cylinders, you got to get checked. It's your responsibility. Now, I might lose a viewer tonight because here I am giving my personal opinion on someone I don't know. And they may be like, screw you, Matt, you're an asshole. Somebody might say that. And I'm sorry about that, but you're bringing it to me. I'm exposing my life to you. You're exposing your life to me. I've got an opinion. Doesn't mean I don't love you. I really pissed off a viewer last night because I read the second part of a comment, not the first one, and they're mad at me because I had an opinion. My thoughts are, if you don't want to hear my opinion, then don't put it in chat, right? All right. So I understand your situation, Karen. I get it. But here's the thing. Is my mom is sitting there with the neurologist. And they're like, Mrs. Spear, you're pregnant. And she says, okay. And they say, you have to abort. Because if you don't abort, you're going to die. You cannot push. You can't even go through being a few centimeters dilated. You can't even go through Braxton and Hickson contractions based upon your brain surgery. You're gonna pop a blood vessel, you're gonna die. And my mom stood up and she looked that doctor square in the face, and I apologize for this. Pardon my language. She says, go fuck yourself. In the 70s, a woman. I'm not aborting this baby. You're no longer my doctor. I'm going to somebody else. And that's where she met Dr. Young, Jung, family practitioner. And she went to the doctor and she said, I'm pregnant, doc. And if you tell me to abort my baby, I'm going to tell you the same thing I told the neurologist. I'm telling you, go fuck yourself. I'm naming this child Matthew, the gift of the Lord, because I know it's going to be a boy, and I'm having this child. And if it kills me, it kills me. Good, Karen, because I love you. You've been on for a while, and I love you. So that's what my mom said. She told the doctor. Dr. Young goes, we're going to take care of this. We're going to make this right. We find a way to get through. And my family doctor who taught me how to tie my shoes, Dr. Young taught me how to tie my shoes. My mother had the baby. And it probably is why she went batshit crazy. Because brain surgery back then did damage to the brain. And the way that they drilled and the way that they went in, unfortunately, and where they probed and where they released pressure, it wasn't as scientific as it was today. A lot of it was exploratory surgery. And when they do that, necrotic tissue continues to grow. The cavity of the brain is never right again. And it probably created a lot of her bipolar issues and her overall psychotic episodes. And my mother has been out of my life for 20 years. And what truly took the cake is when I was 18 years old. And I took a Pepsi in the room. And I accidentally spilled it coming back from a late night urinal visit. And I knocked it over. And I was so scared because my mother would beat the shit out of me for any reason. So would my dad, because I was not very popular with my family. And I remember as I'm sitting there in boxers and I'm scrubbing fervently, trying to get this Pepsi out of the carpet in my mother's dream house that she didn't earn, that my grandfather died and gave my parents 9 properties that they sold, and they didn't earn it. But whatever, they got this dream house and now they're rich and they've got their million and whatever. And they are completely disenfranchised with the kids. My sister had already left. My brother had moved out, got the hell out of that house. My mom comes in, sees me, proceeds to wail on me, closed fist for a good 5 minutes, and then looks at me and says the following things at the ripe age of 18 and a half years old. I should have aborted you. Now, that story was a source of pride for me when people would say, how did you get your name? Well, I'm American. Our names don't mean shit. My name meant something. Matthios in the Greek. Matthew. It was important to me. It meant something to me. So imagine your mother saying that to you, but it still doesn't change the fact that that woman, when her life was on the line, decided to have that baby because she made a commitment. You just got a little taste of my mom. And if I could even remotely tell you the stories about my mother, who's still living, who I know interacts with this show, who listens, but knows damn well that she is completely excommunicated from my life because that is a scintilla of the hatred she brings. She still had enough love to protect me, to ensure that I'm here today. And I am forever grateful for that, no matter what she says. No matter what her words are, it doesn't take away her courage and her actions that day to do what she did. And I will forever appreciate her for it. She is my mother. But she's also a see you next Tuesday. And I have no desire to expose her to my children. She's never met her grandchildren. She's never met Hayden and Ethan. We were 300 feet from her door in Colorado, in Pine, Colorado, as we call from the bottom grocery store and say, we know we haven't talked. We know you don't like us very much. We know you're not happy with us at all. We know you don't want us in your life, but we have your granddaughter here and she wants to meet you. Can we come up and see you? And my mother looks at my dad as he's asking that and says, no. Tell him to get the blank out of here. That's my mom. That's one piece of it. My point is even somebody like that can make the decision to protect a life. It's something to think about. Does that mean that every single woman should put her life on the line for a child? No. Does that mean that every single woman who is raped should not have the choice to make that decision on their own? No. Does it mean that every single little girl who is a victim of incest should have to have that child? No. Because it's not my place to say. But what I will tell you is in that situation, there are options. And you should have all of your options presented to you, not just some asshole who says, rip that thing out of your belly and get rid of it and move on with your life. Because there are repercussions after abortion. There are things that happen to a person after they separate with that life that they feel. And I don't see any liberals talking about post-op care. What they do is they rip the baby out, they get the baby out, and then any type of post-op care, psychological counseling, conversations about the future aren't discussed. And there has to be an investment in that. There has to be options that in order, how about this? If you're going to have an abortion, you at least have to have a conversation with an adoption counselor. You at least have to have a psychological, maybe not evaluation, but you need to have a discussion with somebody outside your family, preferably a psychologist. What does that hurt? What does it hurt? Before we buy a house, you are counseled. Before you make a legal decision, you get a lawyer. Before you go ahead and get a major surgery, you get a second opinion. Why wouldn't you actually talk to a counselor and talk to somebody who is absolutely 100% involved in adoption before you decide to go ahead and terminate a life? What's wrong with that? I think all Republicans are saying is we just don't want birth control to be the reason for abortions. And unfortunately, that makes up over 90% of the abortions that take place. It's a form of birth control. It's a form of regret. And when you talk about rape and incest and you talk about, life of mother, those things very rarely show up in the time frame that most babies are aborted. So let's be honest. And let's also be honest that these late-term abortions aren't taking place. Very rarely are you seeing these ungodly late-term abortions. So we have to stop the fear porn. We have to have honest dialogue and honest conversations. If we want to tackle this thing, we've got to be honest with each other. Republicans need to take the lead because they're not. I'm seeing all your comments. I'm reading them. I appreciate you. I am who I am because I've been through things in my life and seen things in my life. And it's who I am. It's what makes me me. And I don't regret any of it. I don't regret that I didn't get to say goodbye to my dad. I don't. I don't regret that I probably won't say goodbye to my mother because I just don't have those feelings anymore. I had to get out of it. I had to cut her loose. For the protection of my own kids, I had to ostracize her from my family. I don't regret it for a minute. I have no guilt. None. Because I tried to be that good son. I tried to be the prodigal son. I tried to join the military and make my parents proud. I tried to serve my country. I lifted weights until I couldn't even move anymore after my back surgery because I wanted to have some sort of accolades from my parents. I excelled in retail and moved myself up to the vice president positions because I wanted to make my parents proud and I wanted to be the most successful kid in our family, and I have been. I wanted to create this podcast and generate something that was successful. And by all accounts, with no help whatsoever, except for some great mods and Leroy and Amy and my wife and occasionally my kids and Terry, this is mine. And I created it and I made it and I am happy about that. But with that comes a level of responsibility to be honest and practical and direct with people and give them consistent messaging and make sure it's accurate. And if it's not, then I own that. The same thing when you have sex and you have a kid out of wedlock or you have a kid in a relationship, you have to make sure that you are being responsible. And if you're not, then that's on you. As a male, we have zero input on the abortion of a child you fathered. That's absolutely true. Yet we are ultimately responsible for the financial well-being of that child. I spent over $186,000 on child support in 20 years. and I had that child when I was 24, 25, I wasn't making that amount of money. My lowest payment of child support that I had for that kid was $500. And it went up. The more money I made, the more I gave. And I don't regret it. I never missed a payment, not one. And you can say all you want. You want to know what's funny is the mother, I think she could say a lot of things about me, but being a deadbeat dad as far as financially, in no way, shape, or form. I tried civilly to go and get my kid. I tried to do everything I could. I've talked to you about that. We talked about that on Fathers' Lives Matter. I want to get on that show and actually tell that story. But I'll just tell you, man, you have a responsibility to do everything you can to not end a life. It always baffles me that Democrats care more about cows and squirrels than they do about human life. I won't eat eggs. I won't drink milk. It's meant for the calf, a little chicken egg. You care more about an egg than you do a human life. It always baffles me. I never quite understand it. The hypocrisy. Why don't we just go ahead and say you're full of shit? All right, 2 videos. I showed this video last night. Kristen reached out to me and she said, "Hey, Matt." And I said, "Hey, what?" And she goes, "Hey, Blinken just ultimately said that Ukraine is joining NATO." Okay, so I put this video on. I pulled up the actual transcript, and in no way, I read the whole thing. It was, in my estimation, about 2,700 words. I read it in about a minute and 10 seconds. I went through the whole thing. I analyzed it. Ukraine wasn't mentioned once. So this video is not accurate. It was put out by Smoltry Media, which is a Russian company in Moscow. So this is a disinformation video. But today, to do due diligence. Now, here's a perfect example. I said something last night, and then I said, you know what? It's not good enough for me. I don't feel like I've done my due diligence. I looked at one video, and this is what I found. So what did I do? I went ahead and I started researching. Who is it, Liv? I get nervous when people come over unannounced. Checking the cameras. Is it E? Okay. So I stopped. Now, I could have stopped there, and I could never have brought this up again, and probably none of you have seen this video. But I didn't feel good about it. So I'm going to update the story. This is what you don't find in the media. This is called credibility. You guys know how much I do every single day? I don't think you do. I don't have the time to go digging through videos, but it was important to me because a viewer did it. So here's the first video, and then I'm going to play you what I found. Merry Christmas.
Yes, indeed. We did talk about the NATO summit and Ukraine, and we'll talk about it in much greater detail in the coming days in Brussels during the NATO foreign ministers meeting. As the Allies stated in Vilnius, Ukraine will be member of NATO. For us, the issue is having a good and clear roadmap to reach this conclusion. And I believe that the NATO summit for the 75th anniversary will indeed be highly focused and quite concretely as to how we can establish this roadmap, or to use another image, the bridge, the necessary bridge to allow Ukraine to become a member of NATO. And with respect...
All right, so immediately you're like, oh my God, World War III, Article 5. Yes. So there's a couple of things that immediately... I don't think Blinken speaks French. He very well may, but that's not how Blinken sounds. So my first question is, okay, this is a French press conference where Blinken is speaking French and he's being translated into English. Why? Why? A Secretary of State is not going to go in and speak a foreign language when they're American, unless it's like a Kennedy thing, unless it's like a natural language that they speak, and they're going to have, you know, some basic exchange for, you know, window dressing. But to do a full speech and representing the United States, pretty rare. So this is Russian disinformation, but because that's what Smotre media is. And I told everybody, I'm like, Smotre media, that sounds like Moscow. And the reason why I know this is because it used to be my AOR. And I've read several things on the media company, and they are disinformation. It's Russian state media. So this is where my experience comes in with having Russia be a part of my theater when it comes to counterintelligence and working in intelligence, is you get to recognize. But what you don't hear and see is an actual video of
Ukraine,
Secretary Blinken,
the determination,
and him talking and what he does say. So here you go. And remember this, just because the well water is poisoned in one town, it doesn't mean it's poisoned over in another. Just because information on one video isn't accurate doesn't mean that that information isn't accurate in another video. And here it is. And I found this. Listen to this.
Ukraine, the determination of every country represented here at NATO remains rock solid. We will do everything that we can. Allies will do everything that they can to ensure that Ukraine has what it needs to continue to deal with Russia's ongoing aggression against Ukraine, an aggression that gets worse with every passing day. Ukraine will become a member of NATO. Our purpose at the summit is to help build a bridge to that membership and to create a clear pathway for Ukraine moving forward.
But, of course, we believe that Ukraine deserves to be a member of NATO and that this should happen sooner rather than later.
Ukraine,
all right,
the determination.
So that's the foreign minister. That's nothing new. Ukraine has been, Zelensky stood up with balls of brass behind a PowerPoint presentation and CGI where he went through all the weapon systems. I want you to send me an M800 long-range 150 millimeter howitzer. I want you to send me an F-16. I want you to do it now. Do it. Get down. Get down again. More action. Get down. Even more action. Get down again. Pablo Francisco is little tortilla boy. So, folks, this is nothing new. Ukraine wants to be in NATO. The timeline for them to be in NATO before this conflict was 10 years. The only way you're going to get peace in Russia and Ukraine between the two of them is for Zelensky, and more importantly, to have a treaty written that is brokered between multiple countries, including probably the United States, England, France, maybe even the United Nations, I don't know, but to come in and broker a peace treaty that says that the Donbas region will be a demilitarized zone with a 30-mile buffer from border of Russia and Ukraine that will be Russian militarized, and Russia will no longer seek to invade Ukraine, and Ukraine will no longer seek to join NATO. That's the only way you're going to get a peace treaty. That's it. Otherwise, this will be a 25-year war. A 30-year war, a 40-year, a never-ending war. Russia does not have the capabilities without completely making Moscow vulnerable, without making Mother Russia vulnerable along its border with China, along with making its northernmost armies, which do protect from any northern invasion across the Polyarny Inlet, Vladivostok, Severomorsk, Petropavlovsk, their naval bases and their sub-bases. It makes them vulnerable. They've literally just just whittled away their mechanized division, their tanks and their APC carriers, and any of their surface-to-surface missile mobile units. They're in a world of hurt. Russia's not going to lose because Russia has reserves that they can call up, and they could flatten Ukraine with certain weapon systems. They've got a Moab, mother of all bombs, bigger than the United States. It's 1.5 times larger in scale and size, and also destructive power. You drop that on Kiev, just about 10 of those things, and hyperbaric bombs are going to finish whatever you started. There ain't going to be nothing left. But you're not going to have any problem destroying. If Vladimir Putin's number one goal was to destroy and annihilate Kiev, Kiev would be rubble and ashes. It would be Gaza. Okay? So if you want a peace treaty between Putin and Zelensky, you do a 30-mile demilitarized zone in the Donbass region. You hand it over to Russia because it's predominantly Russian anyway. You draw lines of demarcation. You give him a buffer zone. Ukraine promises not to join NATO. Russia promises not to invade. And there you go. You're done. Zelensky ain't going to do that because Zelensky's chomping at the bit to attack because, see, this is the problem with Zelensky. I've told you guys, in the next 10 years, an ally of the United States or the United States will be in a conflict with Ukraine. I'm just letting you know. I almost guarantee it. Because why? Because it's not my first rodeo. And I what's past is prologue. And if you look at every proxy we've run, every time we've nation built, every single time, it doesn't matter whether it's Grenada, doesn't matter if it's Libya, Bosnia, Herzegovina, Iraq. It doesn't matter. Whatever we do, wherever we get involved, we always get in the conflict with that country. It's just the way it is. When we backed up the Shiites, the Sunnis, it doesn't matter. When we nation build and try to replace governments, we always wind up getting conflicts. We always, when we run proxy. It's just the way it works. Because you install governments, you give them an unlimited amount of money they've never seen before. You think Ukraine has ever seen $160 billion for its defense department? Pfft, give me a fucking break. They're too busy laundering money and exporting everything. There's so much over-the-top embezzlement going on in that country and under-the-table frickin' payments to oligarchs and mob. Give me a break. That country is as corrupt as shit. $160 billion for defense. Pfft. They don't know what to do with it. Well, you get drunk with power with that because $160 billion in a region like Europe, that doesn't necessarily, because it's been demilitarized by a lot of these countries because of World War II. And because they rely on the United States, $160 billion puts them like in the top 30 of militarized countries in the world. That is an extremely large amount of power for some of these countries. And they wield that sword vehemently. And they will use it to conquer and take over other countries because what do people want with power? What do they want more than anything? More power. Howard Hughes said it best. Hey, I'm on my deathbed. And the reporter looks at him and says, I got a question for you. Howard Hughes says, yeah. He goes, you've got the Spruce Goose. You got the Queen Mary. You own 4/5 of Manhattan. You're one of the richest men in the world. You've slept with Marilyn Monroe. You've had riches beyond your imagination. You have every car you could possibly want. You own property in Long Beach. You own property in New York, in Paris, in Vail. You've got everything. What else could you want? And Howard Hughes looks at him and says, more, with a shit-eating grin. So when you go and you proxy these countries and you times their defense budget by 1,000 and give them toys that other countries can't necessarily stand up against, you're going to get dictators. You're going to get people who want to invade. And if you think that Ukraine is not going to come off the leash at some point and try to push into Russia, you don't know the region. You don't understand the history. And the moment that they do that and come off the chain, the United States will slap Ukraine into oblivion. And Russia will probably help. 10 years tops. Come back and see me when I'm 60. Yeah, tomorrow. The big 50. 50. Man, I feel pretty good for 50. I didn't think I would, full head of hair, beard, decent build, 50 years old. I'm feeling pretty good. I'm not the cat's meow anymore, but maybe a screech or two. All right, let's get to the rest of this. We got the rest of the show to do. First, before we do this, I gotta play a commercial. Don't get upset. It's a good commercial. It's the new company Olivia and I are pushing forward. It's called DUMBeef.com. Dumb Beef. It's pretty cool. We are now selling freeze-dried beef. We're pretty excited about it, and figured you would want to watch it. Let's go ahead and take a quick look, and we'll go from there. But I've got to get this thing set up right. Here it is. That's not the one from the Don't Unfriend Me pod. That's not the one. And the reason why is it gives me a little bit of a break to go and check on the family. Hey, everybody, Matthew Spear. So I'm going to play this. It's 2 minutes. 2 minutes. Don't leave. Don't leave. You could at least show some basic respect. You know what I mean? Just a little bit. All right. Here the Don't Unfriend Me show. I want to talk to you about Prepper All Natural. High quality, made in America, freeze-dried beef. Now, some of us have been in the military, and we remember what freeze-dried meat tastes like. And I'm here to say I was a little skeptical, not going to lie. When we received our first package, I'll tell you, it looked almost exactly like I remember from a meal ready to eat. But that is where the similarities ended. The moment we prepped it into a stew, I had some of the most amazing recollection of when I was younger and my grandmother and my mom would make a stew and put it on the stovetop for the entire day. You'd walk into the house and it absolutely floored you how good it smelled. Very similar to that. And the taste was even more exceptional than that. Flavorful, robust, like a good hearty stew should be. And it doesn't matter how you prep it, whether you put it in some rice for some Spanish rice, or whether you go ahead and make fajitas or a stew, whatever you do with it, it ultimately tastes just like steak. The great thing about this company is it's all made in the United States, and they have a few things that they absolutely live by. These are non-negotiable ways that they do business. And to me, that's what really made us decide to endorse this company. They never sell lab-grown or otherwise artificial beef. They never allow cattle to be injected with mRNA vaccines. And they will never sell cows that weren't born and raised in America, like I said. And the greatest thing about this company is they are full of veterans and patriots. They'll never bow down to the woke mobs or authoritarian government or big ag or even that very frustrated vegan. The greatest thing about this company is that you get to decide your interaction. You don't have to subscribe every year, every month, or pay some annual fee. You simply go to the website, dumbeef.com, make your selection, use the code DUM15 to save 15% off, because this is our site. The Don't Unfriend Me show is now selling freeze-dried beef. And it doesn't matter whether it's beef steak or New York strip or ribeye, even filet mignon. They have options for everybody, entry-level options, and also if you're looking to buy down the road, you want to go ahead and just have a good supply because we don't want to get into a situation we did with COVID. It's here for you. Whatever you need, whatever you want, 15% off by using code DUM15. Let me know. Send me pictures of what you make. I'm excited to try new things. I think we're going to try a chili next. You tell me what you're going to make. DUM15 at dumbeef.com. Thanks so much. All right, folks. Thanks for tolerating the commercials. I always feel weird putting them in there, because we've done the show for 3 years. But the bigger you get, the more money it costs to do the show. You've got bandwidth. You've got overall video production. We're doing 4 hours a day of shows. We're writing 2 articles. That takes a couple hours. We're doing segments, Instagram posts, Facebook posts. We're doing marketing, advertising, guest show. Olivia's got a full-time job. This is it. This is what I do. So, you got to just say, hey, here's some things that I think are important. And you got to make a decision whether you want to participate. But do me a favor. You have to let me know. If you buy, you got to tell me. I got to make sure it's working correctly because we haven't had our first sale yet. And obviously it's going to be an acquired thing. We want it to become super popular. And I want to know. So if you have made a purchase, tell me. So I can make sure it's tracking properly and everything's getting delivered to you properly and all that other stuff. All right. So thanks. You know what's great? We didn't lose one person. We got 132 on. We had 132 at the start. That means a lot. You know, if you're going to sit here and watch the show and I show you one commercial in 2 hours, you know what? I think that's okay. Oh, yeah, go buy some shirts. DUMShow.com. Cool hats. DUMShow.com. All right, great. So let's get to the next one. We're going to do we've taken care of Ukraine. I want to show you a video on Karl Rove. And you guys know I don't like Karl Rove. What's the shelf life? 10 years. 10 years on the dumb beef. So it's a prepper option. And it's not just like, oh, end of the world. Dude, Olivia and I used it. We were going to use it the other night when the chicken was frozen and we didn't take it out in enough time. And we weren't able to take the chicken out. And so we had to go to Chick-fil-A. But if we would have had any more, we just whipped up some stir fry or some fajitas or some steak and eggs or whatever. And it's simply rehydrate and cook. It's ridiculous. I mean, it's amazing. It's really cool. And I think it's awesome. So here's the cool thing. You go camping. It's so lightweight. You just take that and bring some eggs in a cooler. You have steak and eggs in the morning with a little bit of salsa and some tortillas. Make huevos rancheros, man, with some steak. It's delicious. Then at night, you make fish tacos and some steak tacos. Lunch, go ahead and use that in a brisket style with a little bit of barbecue sauce. Put it in a hoagie. Give me a break. Camping's never been so good. So you can use it in a lot of different things. All right. Just no poop in the box chat before your commercials. Yeah, no shit. Don't worry. There's other things we're going to be trying to work on. We're working with a gold company right now. We're making sure that everything looks good there. We're working with 1761 Coffee, possibly looking to bring them under the fold. And then there's a wellness, which I'm really big on, a wellness company which focuses on vitamins, minerals, workout shakes and stuff like that I'm considering sponsoring too. So I told you, I will never sponsor somebody I don't like. Anyway, we've done enough of the commercial. Let's move on to the show. I appreciate your questions. It means a lot. What is the sodium count? Damn it, Steve. I haven't. Did you go on the website and look? Go take a look. I'm interested. You know what? Olivia. Let's see if Olivia can take just a second. She's watching the game. Find out what she says. Sorry, whistling. Sorry. Hey, would you go on dumbbeef.com and see if you can find out the sodium count for me? It's going to be on there. Thanks. Everyone keeps asking. All right, so let's get to this. Yeah, they don't add sodium. In my opinion, freeze dry would actually remove more sodium, but in the process, because the freeze dry would do that. But I'm going to find out for you. Karl Rove. I don't like people who make predictions on elections and are wrong. It really, really bothers me. It bothers me tremendously. And I pride myself on getting predictions right on elections. In fact, I had a better rating than MSNBC, CNN, Fox News, and Karl Rove for sure. Better than Real Clear Politics. My predictions that I made were 99.5 or 6% accurate on 2022 and 2020. And the reason why is because I just look at the numbers and I study trends in the districts and everything else. Bill Hemmer does a great job at it too. And I don't have a giant board. I wish I did. Hopefully this election, I'm working on it. I'm trying to see if I can put a 65-inch TV up here and run software and get a hold of the software that's used. And that would be awesome. But that's neither here nor there. But I don't like Karl Rove because he's never right. Karl Rove did one thing right. He ran an amazing campaign for Bush and did an incredible job. But he had something to say that I wanted you to hear. And I wanted you to get your thoughts. I wanted you to, well, I'm glad, Annie, that that's something you're going to use for a camping trip. Because not only that, but you buy it and you don't need it. Who cares? You got 10 years. Store it. Store it with your water supply. Use it for emergency rations. You know what happened with COVID? I mean, my God, how hard was it to get steak? How much is steak? You look at the prices and you look at the serving size. The prices are not that unreasonable. It's shocking because you're buying, 10, 12, 15, 16 meals and you're looking at the price and going, oh my God, $200 or $150. But you got to understand, look at the serving sizes. Look at the portions you're getting. How much would it be to get that much meat anywhere else? All right. I want you to watch this video. This is Karl Rove, and I want to know what you guys think.
If they were smart.
And do me a favor.
If they were smart.
I've said this. I don't agree with Donald Trump freeing the J6ers. I don't.
If they were smart.
I think we are either the party of law and order, and Donald Trump should say, I trust our legal system, look into it to get an idea if everything was on the up and up. But overall, it's your job. It's your job as president of the United States. You are the head law enforcement in the land. You call him. It's a 1-800 number. Thanks, babe. Please. So you get this, and you hear Karl Rove say this, and I don't know if this makes sense, and I agree or I don't. I need your opinions. You got to help me and tell me what you think. Listen to this real quick. Because I don't like this guy at all.
Were smart, they'd take the January 6th and go hard at it. And they would say, he wants to pardon these people who attacked our Capitol. I worked in that building as a young man. To me, the Congress of the United States is one of the great examples of the strength of our democracy and a jewel of the Constitution. And what those people did when they violently attacked the Capitol in order to stop a constitutionally mandated meeting of the Congress to accept the results of the Electoral College is a stain on our history. And every one of those sons of who did that, we ought to find them, try them, and send them to jail. And one of the critical mistakes made in this campaign is that Donald Trump has now said, I'm going to pardon those people because they're hostages. No, they're not. They're thugs. There were people, some of them had automatic weapons at a hotel in Virginia hoping to be able to be called up. We had people saying, where's Nancy Pelosi? We had people who were, taking desks, sitting at the desk of the Speaker of the House and attempting to, find people in order to bring them to justice and saying yelling at the police, kill them all. And so why Trump has done this is beyond me. If he had said, you know what? I trust our jury system. I trust law enforcement. Anybody who assaulted the Capitol ought to be. He said it once or twice, but now he's appearing in a video with people who assaulted police officers with an intent to take the Capitol by force. So, look, I'm a Republican. I don't want to have a Democrat president. I want to have a Republican president. But we're facing as a country a decision, and everybody gets to make it, as to what kind of leadership we're going to have. And to me, it is a mistake on the part of the Trump campaign to allow the president's impulses to identify himself with the people who assaulted the Capitol rather than people who stand for law and order.
Yeah, it's really hard when you cloak a little bit of truth in a whole bunch of bullshit, right? It's really tough because I don't condone January 6th, and I think anyone who was involved in any form who is found guilty should pay the price. I don't feel any empathy or sympathy for the Proud Boys. What's up? You just got home? How you feeling? Exhausted. Well, come over here and give me some hug. I was going to try to have a snack set up for you and get your slippers and your jammies out, but I didn't have time. It's fine. You okay? Did you have a good day? Yeah. Go get a snack, get your jammies on, and get your butt to bed. Mm-hmm. I love you, sweetie. Hayden's in her final week of the play. It's next week, so she's doing. I know, yeah. So she's essentially doing 6:30, 6:45 in the morning till 8 o'clock at night. She just got home from school, so she's exhausted, but she's a huge part. I have a problem. Karl Rove should be honest. And the words, I hate Donald Trump, should come out of his mouth because he does. And that would have been a really good thing to do, is say, first off, I want to be completely honest. I don't know if I can be impartial in this conversation. I despise Donald Trump. But I'm going to try to be honest. Donald Trump has a very good chance of winning this election. And I don't think it behooves Donald Trump to talk about offering a blanket pardon for J6ers right now. If he wants to do that, that is his discretion. and he can do that on day one, but I don't think it's something he needs to announce. It's not something he needs to say, because it draws attention away from his presidency and gives the left ammunition that this guy's going to do A, B, and C. Okay, you want to make that argument? Fine. I don't agree with you. I think that there are people who absolutely should be in jail for as long as humanly possible based upon what they did. There should be no early parole. And I read the texts. I read the planning. I read once they were sentenced, what they said. I heard the sentencing for each one of them. And I know the guys that stood up and told the courts to go fuck themselves and said there was an this was an insurrection, that they wish they would have been successful, that they wish they would have overturned it and Donald Trump had it stolen from them, even though they showed contrition and pretended that, oh, Donald Trump caused this. He made me do it. Now, give me a break. A lot of those guys weren't loyal to Trump. They just flipped all over him and blamed Trump. Give me a break. There's some of them deserve to be in prison. Karen, you're not listening to me. A blanket pardon means that that person cannot be held accountable for anything else in regards to J6. That's what a blanket pardon is. That's exactly what he said he would do. A presidential pardon gives you complete 100% immunity to anything related to this, civilly or criminally, forever. That's a blanket pardon. So, yes, he did say that. And I'll argue with it all day long on that, because that's what he did say. You have to be clear, and you have to be very distinct in what you say. If you're going to say something like that, it's very simple to say there are people who are responsible in J6 who should be in prison. And there are people who shouldn't be. And my first day on presidency, I'm going to ensure that we have an oversight committee. We look at every single case individually, and the people who have served their time and done their time get their trial that they deserve, and they are either convicted or released. That's fine. You can say that. But what you don't get to say is I'm going to give presidential immunity to the J6ers who are involved, who are being illegally held. They're not being illegally held because you just included all of them. Karl Rove's right about that. You have to make a distinction. You have to be very careful. And he doesn't say there's people there who were absolutely convicted by the court of law, and I stand by the legal word of the law, and I trust the law. Either you do or you don't. You don't get out of one side of your mouth and say you're a law-abiding president and law and order president, and then go ahead and say, well, anytime it's a Republican, it's crooked. You got to pick. Yeah, see, Nancelina, J6 was set up point blank, period. I wish you would call in, because I'd love to have a conversation about it. I'd love to have a conversation about it. So let me make sure I understand. You're going to go out with some girlfriends, and you guys are going to go out and go to the bar, and you're going to have a couple drinks, and you're cool with that because that's what you wanted to do. So you go out and you have a few pops. You have a few drinks. And then, you realize you're out of money, and you're out of beer money. And you don't have any more alcohol money. And the guys aren't buying. It's not ladies' night at the bar, and nobody's buying. But you guys aren't done drinking. You want to have a good time. So you're in that car, and one of your friends goes, you know what? I got an idea. Once again, James, we're not on the same page. We're not even on the same page. You guys are, once it's J6, and immediately you guys get all fucking mental on me. We're not even on the same page. You guys are talking about blah, blah, blah. Cell phones pinged. We're talking about two very different things. I am talking about the people who went in there with malintent. I'm talking about the people in there who went in with zip ties and were going to take people hostage. I'm talking about the people who did have automatic weapons back in their frickin' hotel room. I'm talking about the people who had every intent to do harm to people. We're not talking about the same thing. You're talking about people who went in there, like grandmas who went in. We're not talking about that. And that's not what Donald Trump said. He has to be responsible for the words that he says. He has to be responsible because he is a presidential candidate. And when you say, I'm going to go ahead and pardon the J6ers, you're then including all people who are involved. And you can't necessarily do that without looking like you're an asshole. Either you believe in our system or you don't. Okay. I refuse to get into a J6 conversation. You have to call in. If you want to talk about January 6th, you must call in. I will not talk about the stolen election or J6 unless you have the courage to call in. I won't do it anymore. I've done it for 3.5 years. And guess what? I've earned the right because I am right. And no one's been able to prove me wrong. So there it is. Call into the show. You want to talk about it? Call me. Joseph, J6 was a field trip tour. I'm going to lose some viewers tonight. You're in a car and your friends want to go drink. So they say, well, hey, you know what? I got my concealed carry. Let's go rob a liquor store. And you're like, sure, that sounds fun. What happened to the 57,000 people who did not riot? Why did they go home? Because they knew in Washington, D.C., that when the lights go down and it gets dark, people get killed in D.C. This is where BLM was feasting on people, and Antifa would go into peaceful protests and hijack those protests, some of them, and also Trump rallies in order to cause conflict. There were warnings about it that day. I supplied a warning that evening from 2 Secret Service agents who texted me during the show the night before, January 6th. And everybody, I was live that night. And the people who watched my show back then remember it. Yeah, I've seen what they've done too. Did you bother to see any other video? Would you like me to I told you to call into the show. I'm not talking to you unless you call into the show. Because you either have to get on record and argue your case, or we're not talking about it. Because I'm not going to get into a text battle. Because what's going to happen is I'm going to say something you're not going to like, and you're never going to watch the show again. I'm not losing any more viewers on this, folks. I refuse. I won't do it. You don't want to hear the truth. I guarantee you there's footage you haven't even seen of J6 because all you've seen is what's on Fox News or what's on conservative channels. Have you actually watched it? Have you actually watched the Ashley Babbitt shooting? Have you watched it from all angles? Did you watch the 3 minutes before that where they threatened the cops and said, we're not here for you, but if you don't get out of the fucking way, I can't stop these people from hurting you? Were you there when they smashed the windows with motorcycle helmets? When the guys spit on the fucking police officers in the Capitol Police and scream at them to the top of their lungs that they either move or else? The words, we're not here for you. Did you see it? Did you watch it? Did you watch the officer who shot Ashley Babbitt? Did you see what his job and his responsibility is? He left the gun in the toilet. I can concealed carry. I've done it once or twice too. Mistakes happen. When you are not there to protect and to serve, but you are to protect the people who are in that building, there are 2 different types of Capitol Police. There's Capitol Police, and then there's Secret Service. Then there's Capitol Police who are there to protect and defend the sanctity of that institution and the people within. And they are to protect it with their lives. If you've never done OPSEC, if you've never stood at post, if you've never done guard duty, it's hard for anyone to understand, but your standing orders are simple. Nobody breaches the line of demarcation. And once that line is crossed, you do whatever it takes to stop that person from coming in. Call into the show. Have a conversation about it. Take the time to invest, and you might learn something. But if you're just going to lay and say, J6 was a tourist event, you're being disingenuous. Yes, there most assuredly was miscommunication that day. Capitol Police didn't know what the hell it was doing. Some Capitol Police got the message to stand their ground at all costs. Some Capitol Police were running around and just opened up doors because they were told Republicans don't riot. They don't do this. Let them in. These are law-abiding citizens. These are Republicans. These are MAGA supporters. Don't worry about it. Don't start a conflict. And other ones were told to stand down. That's why you see some cops fighting, some cops walking them in, some cops opening doors. I've seen the video too. But what you refuse to admit and what you will never address for the people who defend it is, why do you defend it? Because I know you wouldn't do it. What's the number? I just told you. I just put it in link. Can someone provide her the phone number? I think it's a her. I don't recognize. Nancelina. Yeah, it is. Bordone. Okay. The phone number's up. Call. I just opened up phone lines. Phone lines are up. Let's go. Let's do it right. And you can tell me everything you want. Freedom of speech. Yeah, freedom of speech. Of course. Why don't they hold people accountable on the left for their hateful words? Let's focus on what we're talking about. We're talking about J6. If we're going to do it, let's do it now. Let's talk about J6. I got 15 minutes left in the show, and it's important enough for me to talk about. I haven't talked about it in a while, and I want to. Phone lines are open. I'm waiting. Yeah, it was a clusterfuck. Of course it was. I had friends there too. I had viewers there who called in. I have no problem with saying that there were situations that were not violent. I have no problem saying that there were situations that were violent. I have no problem saying that the police overreacted in some cases. I can say that the J6 protesters overreacted in some cases. All right, this is Matt. Can you hear me okay? All right, caller, hold on. All right, try say hello real quick.
Hello?
Can everyone hear her? Let me know if you can hear her. And if we can hear her, we'll go ahead. Is this let's see, is it Nancelina? How do you say your name?
Nancelina Bordonia.
Nancelina Bordonia. That's a very beautiful name, very strong name. All right, Nancelina, you got the floor. I think if they can hear you, hold on. Just getting a sound check that they can hear you. Sarah, Amy, somebody tell me if she can hear me. Or if you can hear her. Come on. There's a 15-second delay. Okay. Nancelina, they can hear you. You've got the floor. Say whatever you want. I am listening.
Okay, so we live out here in Minnesota, and we were originally had hands-on with the George Floyd thing. We've actually seen how they set up the pallets of bricks and waters. They closed down 3 of my friends' businesses during COVID. We were all pissed off. I couldn't go to DC, so I went up to the state capitol with my friend, Joe, and my 3 other girlfriends went to DC, and 2 of my girlfriends, so they were all watching Trump's speech, and they had the videos going on, and Larvita stood over there with Trump, and the other 2 went over to the Capitol, and they have all the videos. At the same time, I'm at the state Capitol, and they had floods of National Guard, police. They made it really hard for us to even get to the Capitol. I'm like, what's going on? They're like, so we heard these 2 other officers, and we're like, is Black Lives Matter showing up? Is this going to be another planned event like you guys did in Minneapolis? And then they started pushing my friend Joe. And so we went out into the crowd with the rest of the people, and we heard it wasn't the National Guard. I don't know what police. I don't remember because it was a while ago. I think it was just the State Patrol or something. But we heard them, the officers, we heard them talking about, wait till they find out what happens in January 6th, or up at the Capitol in D.C. And we were like, what did you say? What is going on? And then before you know it, my 2 girlfriends they were on the stairs, and they had videos. Needless to say, they didn't have videos of what happened inside, but they had recordings of the security out there communicating with other security. They were letting people in. They were talking about, I can't even remember like word from modem what happened, but they heard that there was going to be a shooting on one of the civilians in there. Like they heard it. They were on the stairs. So when they found out that my girlfriend had this video of them conversating, I seen the video. They surrounded her house with the feds. So she's a single mom of 2 girls. And they took them out, they dragged her out. They had guns to the little girl's head, to my girlfriend's head. And then you just the way that it was designed at the Capitol in D.C., and kind of like what we went through here in Minneapolis when they burnt the whole city down. It's the same mafia of just corruption. There's no way in hell anyone is going to make me believe that, oh, there's good cops and bad cops and this. No. There's no way I'm going to believe that.
Okay, so
when you talk about how is this, a setup, or how is this, like, I'm going to trust my girlfriends that I've been girlfriends with for probably, how long I've been in Minnesota, like 30 years. And they have the video. And when they went to court, so my one girlfriend got incarcerated for like a year, and then she got set out. It was like less than a year, though. It was like 10 months. She was in jail for like 10 months. They wouldn't even allow her to show the video of the conversation that was going on.
Okay. So make sure I understand. We were talking about J6. You want to talk about George Floyd, which are totally 2 different conversations.
No, I didn't talk about.
I didn't interrupt. I didn't interrupt you. I didn't interrupt you. Excuse me. I didn't interrupt you once. Excuse me.
Legal system. Don't yell at me.
I didn't interrupt you once. I didn't interrupt you once.
I'm saying.
I didn't interrupt you once. You're still talking. I didn't interrupt you once. I didn't interrupt you once, and now you won't let me talk. You're being disrespectful. You're being disingenuous.
Okay, so if you want to end the call, we can end the call.
No, you want to end the call because you know
I'm
going to.
Stopped watching you in the first
You
place.
want to end the call because you know I'm going to challenge you on something that you don't want me to challenge you. I'm going to challenge you on something you don't want to be challenged on. That's why you want to end the call.
No,
so
it's not.
If you want to run away,
you can just say.
You want to run away, you can run away.
That's what I'm saying right there. I'm not running away, but you want to
then let me finish.
Out that I want. You want to assume. You want to presume me.
No,
don't presume me.
Okay, first of all, if you're not going to use the proper vernacular when you use the word, it's going to make you look foolish. The first thing is,
I don't think I am foolish.
When you say
don't presume me, out your ass on things you don't know.
You won't let anyone talk because you know that I'm going to ask you questions that you will not be able to answer. So are you going to let me do it?
No, I will be. If I can't answer them, I have no problem saying I don't know the answer.
Great. Like, then why don't you allow me to ask the question? Why won't you allow me to ask the question?
You can. But what you can't do is try to manipulate like what I said. Like I'm comparing George Floyd.
So you didn't talk about George Floyd.
No, I'm not comparing them.
You didn't talk about George Floyd.
The only way that I'm using them together is when you see the corruption
talk about George
from
Floyd.
your own government.
You did not talk about George Floyd is what you're going to say. You did not talk about George Floyd.
No, I did.
I'm talking
so
that's
about
all I
the
said.
Corruption
that's all I
said. Happen
that's all I
Floyd.
said. I said you are talking about George Floyd rather than talking about the topic we're talking about, which is J6. That's not accurate. You didn't start off with Minnesota and George Floyd.
J6.
Okay, then why are you why are you upset?
Well, I'm upset because you're trying to contradict what I'm saying.
No, you just told me that's what you did.
Any question you want.
I don't want to ask you a question. I'm clarifying that you want to talk about George Floyd.
And I think that's what your problem is. You want me to believe what you believe.
I don't care what you believe. I want you to talk about facts.
That J6 is a setup.
I don't care. That's not what I said.
I
never said those things.
Otherwise.
I never said those things.
That's the problem.
You said those things. No, that's what you said. I never said those words.
No,
you're allowed to
think.
think.
Yeah, you're right. I said
what you
that's
think.
Exactly
what you think.
You're right.
What you think is what you think, and I could care less what you think. I want to talk about facts.
Well, if you don't care what I think, then
no.
why
You don't
to
understand.
call in?
Because we're supposed to be talking about facts. What you want to talk about is emotional diatribe. I have no desire to talk about that. What you feel does me no good. What I feel does you no good. I want to talk about facts. And what you want to do is deflect from the conversation. I simply said one thing. You want to talk about George Floyd. We were supposed to be talking about January 6th. That statement is accurate.
When you said,
listen.
I was referring to
75% of what you said was about George Floyd.
In our law and order. But where was the law and order on in George Floyd?
Once again, you don't want to talk about J6. You want to talk about George Floyd. You want to talk about George Floyd.
When it came to the Capitol.
You don't want to talk about J6.
No.
You want to talk about George Floyd.
No, we're talking about having faith in our.
You're talking about two separate situations. You're talking about two separate situations.
Okay,
That's what you're doing.
Do you have a question for me, Matt?
No,
do you have a question for me?
What I want to do is clarify what you said, and you don't want to answer anything I have to say because you're still pontificating and blasting me apart.
What is your question?
No.
What you keep. Do you even have
my
a
question again is: you want to talk about George Floyd versus
George?
You want to talk about George Floyd versus J6? Is that my understanding?
Do you? No.
Do you want to talk about J6 or do you want to talk about George Floyd?
I was referring to when you say have respect for the law and order.
Great. Do you want to talk about George Floyd or J6?
It's an umbrella. Like everything is just under one umbrella, and like we just have to believe in law and order, and we just have to believe into the
No, we
thing.
don't. No, what we need to do is establish whether we're going to talk. What we need to do is establish whether we're going to talk about January 6th or George Floyd because it's two different topics. Which one are we going to talk about?
I think we need to establish what are the questions you have for me.
I don't have a question until I know the topic. Are we talking about J6 or are we talking about George Floyd? It's a really simple process. You just say, Matt, we're going to talk about J6
or
Matt.
Crosstalk. I can multitask.
Okay, that's not multitasking because we don't get to have two different conversations of this magnitude. We can't do that in 12 minutes and we're wasting time. Do you want to talk about Minnesota? All right, we'll talk about, fine, then we're going to change the topic. We're going to talk about Minnesota. I'm going to offer you $10,000. I'm going to offer you $10,000 for you to provide that video from your girlfriend and I'll give you $10,000 cash. Wait, let me finish.
How about I give it to you for free?
No, you can't. No, $10,000. Two Minnesota police officers saying that J6, wait till they see what happens at the Capitol on January 6th, then talk about a death that's going to happen inside the Capitol. If you have that video of two police officers in uniform saying that, I'll give you $10,000 cash.
I'll give it to you for free.
Great. I want it right now. Let's wait. Let's do it. I'll wait for it.
Well, I got to get a hold of my girlfriend.
Oh,
it's on her Facebook.
Give me her Facebook.
Go friend request her.
I don't have to friend request her.
I'll send you the link.
Give me the link.
I will. I'm on the phone.
Great.
Okay, I have to go back onto my Facebook.
What? You don't have a computer? You can't text me?
I'm not at home. I'm not at home.
Okay, so how about you just give me her name and I'll find it.
Larvita.
Spell everything. Give me the give me her Facebook tag.
With what?
Give me her Facebook tag. You know what's her Facebook handle so I can look it up.
I just told you her name is Larvita Thompson. I'm not at home. Okay. But when I get off the phone with you, I will definitely send it to you.
Okay. So I just want to make sure that we're very clear. You have a video of two Minneapolis state or city police department in uniform saying, wait till they see what happens on January 6th at the Capitol, and that they were going to kill somebody inside the Capitol, and that's what they said verbatim.
Yep, that's what they said. I don't know if those exact words, but exact words, but that was,
Paraphrase
for me.
If
they used a different word saying it, then I don't know. It was this is like a few years ago.
Right.
So I don't remember the word modem from modem.
You have direct evidence of two police officers. Hold on a second. I got to ask my question. You have direct evidence that could literally blow up January 6th to show that it at least had local police involvement on a multi-state level. You have evidence of this and you don't remember?
Yes, and they would not let her use it in court. So she put it on her Facebook.
Right. Explain. Okay, so can you link me to an article? Can you link me?
That's not the only one there.
Can you link me to the article where the press or some conservative channel has got a hold of this? Is this on Steve Bannon, Charlie Kirk? Why didn't you bring it to me? I would have put it on.
I don't even think I was watching you, knew of you at that time.
Okay. All right. So we've handled
I
that
know
question.
I
So
watched you for a little bit, and then you talked about Michelle Obama, and I didn't like it, so then I just stopped listening to you for a while.
Is that when you got? Yeah. Yeah. I understand.
And then you were talking about something else one day, and I was like, well, let me listen to him again. And then I started listening to you a little bit again.
Okay. Well, good. I
But
appreciate
there's
you doing
a
that.
lot. You like there's.
Great.
That's what I'm telling you. Like there's a lot more to J6 than anyone. And the thing about it, these women are from small towns. Okay, they're from very small towns. There is video after video after video. These women recorded everything, not just from J6, from when they shut down their businesses, from when just the tyranny that they pulled out here. There's a video on my Facebook when the CIA came and freaking burnt down the AutoZone.
Wait, what?
Just from
Wait, what?
Yes.
You have a video of the central. God, would you please let me ask a question? Would you please calm down and let me ask you questions, please? Why in the fuck won't you let me talk?
Talk.
Fuck's sakes, man. You're telling me, how do you have a video? Someone flashed you a Central Intelligence Agency badge. Is that what you're telling me?
No, that's not. No.
Then how do you know it was CIA?
Yeah, we know. Well,
How?
we know. We found out later it was CIA.
How?
Because when there was before they burned down, and they were all doing. I lived a mile at that time from George Floyd. And so, and that's in South Minneapolis, and I lived in Edina, which kind of borders it.
Yep.
And so they had this is when they had the live feed, and one of my friends were out there, and so they were live feeding it. And then her younger sister was like, "Oh my God, there's this guy dressed in black and an umbrella, and he's gonna burn down the AutoZone." That was the first building to get burnt down.
Yep, I remember.
So she went over there, and she filmed the guy who did it.
Mm-hmm.
And then they did some type of investigation. I don't know. I could probably get, because it's like a long time ago.
You said you had a video
but
of it.
that guy that burned it down, you can see him burning it down. You can see the pallets of bricks that are out there.
Yeah, I'm aware of the bricks. I'm aware of the water bottles.
Yep.
I'm aware of. Listen, I'm also aware of the vinegar for the to stop the pepper spray and mace. I'm aware of all these things. I'm asking you a question.
Yep.
How did you identify that person was Central Intelligence Agency and was an active agent for the CIA?
I'm trying to remember. So
okay, cool. I'll wait.
How it came up. Well, so they had the video, and then I don't really know how it came about, but it wound up coming up on our local news here. And so I know that they identified him as someone from the CIA, and that was from our local news.
Okay.
And
so what's your
local
news? Which channel?
It was Fox News, I believe it was on.
Fox 5?
I think so.
Okay, Fox 5. Okay.
I don't want to give you like wrong information because I really got to think back on
No. You sound pretty convincing.
I will definitely follow up with you. Like I got nothing to hide here. I will definitely follow up with you on where that article came from.
No, I'm going to find it right now because I've got access to things.
Okay, you go find it.
Minnesota police reportedly identify Umbrella Man as a white supremacist. The video, it actually states, AutoZone store was among the Minneapolis buildings looted and damaged. Police say the masked umbrella-wielding man who smashed windows at Minneapolis Auto Parts store 2 days after George Floyd's death has ties to white supremacist group and specifically sought to inflame racial tensions. According to the Minneapolis...
No, that's not the article.
Well, hold on a second.
I changed it.
They changed it.
I'm listening. I'm sorry. I'm just talking out loud. Well, I don't know because it was there's an article there.
Who changed it?
I don't know. I didn't even know that it was a white supremacist. I know that we saw on the news. They grabbed my girlfriend, the video that is on my Facebook because it was her live feed.
Okay.
She had to turn that video in.
Yeah.
And that guy was identified, and I don't remember who it was or like where I don't remember where she had to send it to or whatever. I didn't think I would have to debate this ever in my life. But I can.
I'm not trying to. I'm not debating you. This isn't a debate. This is you calling in and you bringing up topics, and I'm simply asking you questions because this has turned in from a conversation that was supposed to be pretty peaceful and relaxed to a very angry conversation. Everything I've read from Fox 9, by the way, it's not Fox 5 in Minneapolis. I don't know.
It may not be Fox. I don't remember which.
Well, the article's there,
I don't remember.
And he's labeled as a white supremacist, not a CIA agent.
No, there is one. He was a CIA agent.
Okay. Well, that's not.
And they're hiding something, or they're burying something. But I'll find out where it is, and I'll even get the paperwork from her.
Do you recognize that?
Because
okay. Do you understand that the internet has archives, date, timestamps that you can actually check the UTC code on all these articles? You can check the edits, the post edits, all of these things you have access to. If you're accusing Fox 9, which I'm all about, I'll do it with you. If you're accusing Fox 9 or any of these channels of altering their articles and changing things, that is a huge accusation that I'm willing to fight with you. I just needed some burden of proof.
Yeah, I told you from the beginning, I don't remember which news it was. Like, I don't remember, but like I told you, I will find out.
Okay,
I'll give you my phone number. You can reach out to me. Like, there is stuff out there.
Well, I want to establish your credibility before I'm still working on that because so far we have absolutely nothing to back up what we're talking about. So can we start having a conversation about Minneapolis and J6 quickly, and then we can. Okay, so I will tell you that I am not going to defend BLM in any way, shape, or form. In your time in Minneapolis, do you feel that the police officers there worked in the best interests of the constituents of the city and state? Do you think the cops did a good job in Minneapolis?
I don't think the cops ever really had a good job, and they did a good job. I'm trying to say they're just limited.
No, that's not what I asked you. Did they do a good job
in Minneapolis? Are you talking about the whole George Floyd thing?
No, what I'm talking about is the BLM riots that took place shoulder to shoulder as they're having fireworks thrown at them, bottles of frozen urine thrown at them, those type of things. When they're being spit on and disrespected, when Molotov cocktails are thrown at them, do you feel that those police officers did a good job in at least trying to maintain the... Okay, but you just told me that there aren't good cops, there aren't bad cops, that they're all a part of this whole Hold on, let me finish. You didn't let me finish. You didn't let me finish. You're still not letting me finish. That they're all a part of this conspiracy, and not conspiracy, but they're all a part of this elaborate, J6 event, and they're all tied together, and that there aren't any good cops, that they're all bad. I don't understand why you're saying that these cops did a good job if they're all bad. Maybe you can explain that to me.
Okay. When we're talking about law enforcement, there are different divisions, right? There's local police, you got state police.
Yep.
I don't know where you are, but out here we have several different divisions of police. And every state, or every town, I should say, is handled differently. Mm-hmm. So when they were protesting, like my girlfriend and a bunch of her friends, and these are just not very close friends, we're just friends. We used to work together. So they went down there. They're black. The cops were on the roofs and stuff, and they were throwing tear gas at them and rubber bullets. One guy got his eye taken out. But they worked, the crowd was getting kind of rowdy. So to have to, the cops don't know who's going to be rowdy and who's not going to be rowdy, right? So I think they did a good job. I don't think they got what they deserved, I should say, because I don't.
So the cops did a good. So the cops did a good job.
The local police. I mean, it's different than our state police, our deputies. This isn't Minneapolis. So Minneapolis is just a rough town to begin with.
So the local cops are good.
Yeah, in Minneapolis, I think so.
Okay.
They don't hide behind trees to give out speeding tickets. I mean, they do their job when there's an emergency. They go and do it.
Good. Okay. So we're under agreement, and when we talk about Derek Chauvin and George Floyd, do you think Derek Chauvin should have been held accountable for the death of George Floyd? Just a question.
Do I think that he deserves the death of George Floyd?
No. Did I think he deserves to be held accountable and in prison for the death of George Floyd? Is what I was wondering.
I don't know. I probably have mixed feelings on that one.
Give me your feelings, because I want to set a barometer of where you're at from a standpoint of how you see things. Because when we go into J6, it's going to help me understand and ask some more questions. What do you think, Derek Chauvin, was he guilty of killing George Floyd? Should he spend the rest of his life in prison, or however long it will be until parole?
I think it depends on which autopsy you look at, because there's more than one autopsy, right? And the training that he had, I can't see the video very well. Like they said, some say it's on his neck, some say it's on his shoulder blade. I can't tell.
Awesome.
So, I mean,
that's a great analysis.
If he really killed him or not.
That's a good answer. It's a good answer. You're right.
There's two different autopsies. So I when I see the video, I can't tell.
Right. There's an autopsy that says that he had enough fentanyl in his system and opiates in his system that probably would have been cardiac arrest. I don't think sitting by an exhaust of a vehicle face down with your chest compressed helped him for 11 minutes. But I agree with you. I think there's multiple ways to look at this, and you have to ask yourself, because George Floyd is a career criminal, because he was an upstanding citizen, did he deserve to die? And I will tell you, that is probably the most lucid thing you've said since we've started, and I completely agree with you. Great. So we've checked a box. We have some common ground. Let's go to J6. Would you have went in?
No.
You're damn right you wouldn't have. And why wouldn't you have?
For the same reason I just didn't want to go to D.C., because I just felt like it was going to be a setup. Like I felt something was going to go wrong.
Come on.
We went to the steakhouse. That's why I didn't go.
Give me a break. You sound like a morally upstanding citizen who had good parents, and you learned the difference between right and wrong. Just be honest. I'm not trapping you. I'm asking you a question. If you were there that day and you saw people scaling the marble, scaling the quartz, scaling the porcelain, treating that sacred institution that has been overrun by absolute swamp rats, but we know that it's our representative capital and we care about it, no matter how shit infested it is. If you saw them doing that, if you saw them setting off fire extinguishers, if you saw them taking down paintings, if you saw them beating cops, which they did, if you saw them tearing down gates, and you didn't see the peaceful stuff, but you saw that stuff that was going on that you don't agree with, climbing the parapets, all the stuff that took place, forcing doors open, smashing a cop's head in the door. If you saw that, would you have went in? It's a simple question, and I'm asking you because I think I already know the answer, yes or no.
I just would not have gone in for my own reasons.
You're damn right you wouldn't have.
And did I see the videos? Did I see the videos? That's one of your questions. No, I didn't see. I don't watch the news media. I gave up on that many years ago. So no, I didn't see.
I know you don't, and that's why you don't understand my point of view. You don't understand my point of view because you haven't seen the video, and a lot of us haven't because nobody has shown it, but I've been showing it for 3 years. You think I'm this person who's a bootlicker. I'm not a bootlicker. I know what cops can do. I've got family. Well, but that's what essentially what you're saying is when I think all cops do right and everything else, that's what a bootlicker is. I have taught hundreds of police officers firearm training, firearm exercise, and safety. I have cops in the family. I was one step away from leaving the military and being a cop myself. I majored in criminal justice. I understand the police force. And I've got a lot of friends on the force. But I understand also what bad they do. But I could show you videos. I can tell by you and who you are, just from the little bit of talking to you, that you will break down in tears if I show you some of these videos.
I just think that I don't think I would break down in tears.
I think you would.
Because I'm not the kind of person.
You would have seen some of the things that were on those videos. I think you would have.
I don't know, Matt. I think maybe it did happen. I'm not, I can't say it didn't. I'm not there. I wasn't part of the plan. But what I do think that whatever happened on J6 was originally a setup plan. Maybe it all didn't go to plan, and maybe some things that did happen. Do all J6 need to be released out of prison? Maybe not.
Okay.
But when I look at what my girlfriends did, just to stand up for American rights, just to let them know that what they're doing is tyranny, and what they did to them, where they did nothing wrong.
And this is in Minneapolis,
So
not
why?
in
Because
D.C., right?
D.C. No, she was in D.C.
Okay, so this is
one of
we
my
shifted.
girlfriends, Laura Vita, was over by Trump.
Yep.
And two of my other girlfriends, Lisa Hansen,
Yep.
they were over on the stairs.
What did they do to them? Tell me what happened to them.
Well, the one, like, people were walking in, and my one girlfriend was, this on video, they're like, you shouldn't be going in. I don't think we should be going in. And people were kind of going up, but they were trying to walk back down the stairs.
Okay.
And they wind up, nothing happened to them that day. Nothing happened.
Oh,
It
okay.
was like a couple of months later.
Oh, okay. What happened a couple months
They had
later?
no warning on anything. And they had the whole FBI there.
Okay, so the
And,
FBI.
Well, my
FBI.
girlfriend was starting to show the videos on Facebook. And as soon as she did that, the FBI showed up to her house, surrounded her house. They had guns to her head. They had guns to the little girls' heads.
Wait a
Two
second.
little girls.
Wait. Stop. Time out. How many FBI agents?
A lot.
I don't
At
know what a
least
lot
50.
is. 50 FBI
At least
agents.
50.
Okay, so 50
Mhm.
FBI. Okay, 50 FBI agents showed up. Were they wearing? What were they wearing? Do you know?
I wasn't
What-
there. I guess I didn't ask that question.
They didn't have a video.
Of the FBI? No.
Okay, so they showed up. Were they in tactical gear? Do you know? Were they in blue jacket? Were they in what? Do
I
you
don't
know any
know.
of that? Okay, so 50
don't know
FBI
any of that.
agents showed up to their house because they were on the Capitol steps, and they started showing J6 videos. And 50 agents showed up to their house with guns drawn, and they put guns to a little
couple months
girl's
later.
a little girl's head.
Yep.
Do you have a copy of the warrant?
No, I can get one. You can just talk to her yourself. She'd be free to be able to talk to you.
Totally would love to. I would love to get the three things that we've promised. One is a video of the Minneapolis Police Department saying that J6, there was going to be somebody killed in the building, and wait till they see January 6th, what happens at the Capitol that the police said. I want to see that video. I then want to go ahead and see the video of the person and how they were identified as CIA when all the newspapers are saying that they were a white supremacist. And then I would love to go ahead and see a little girl having a gun to her head, an affidavit swearing as such, and a warrant. You show me those three things.
I don't know if there's a video of the guns to the little girl's head. The other
Oh.
ones, I know they're out there, but that one, I don't.
Okay, then
mean,
I just
how would
want the
anyone
I
video
want
that?
I want the warrant. I want the warrant. You show me, and here's what I promise. Here's what I promise I will do. Okay, I will make it my life mission to ensure that this story, if it is verifiable, will get out, and I will put $100,000 of money that I have set aside for my children's graduation and college, and invest in getting this story to go national. I promise you. But I will be honest with you, I'm having a very hard time believing a lot of this. And it's not because I don't believe. It's because it's all very convenient, because the FBI does not send 50 agents.
They do out here.
No, they don't.
I don't know where you are, but out here, yes, they do.
I promise you that I have more
Yes, they do.
relationships with the FBI and have worked with the FBI more than you have even heard the word FBI.
Okay,
And
well,
they do-
I
they-
don't
they-
know,
they
Matt.
do
Like,
not-
you're telling me that I'm being less than
No,
honest with you,
I'm just
okay?
telling you, you might have the information incorrect, because field offices do not send out 50 FBI agents. That's not the way it works. When you are talking about embezzlement or corporate takeover or a large investigation, field offices all over the country will come together. You're not going to see 50 FBI agents for a simple knock
Well, then
and
you
talk.
can't tell this to her.
I will.
And you can tell this.
I have
to
no
her.
problem doing
Because
that.
as
Show me
far
the
as
warrant.
I know,
The listed agents will be
her
on
story.
the warrant. Do you understand why I'm asking for the warrant? Because they will have a list of every single person who was there at the raid, because they need clearance to do so for inter-service cooperation. That way, if any other police is there, sheriffs are there, any other 3-letter agencies are there, they will be listed on the warrant. And there will be 50 names of FBI on that warrant. That's why I want to see the warrant.
Mm-hmm. Okay, well, I'll tell her.
Okay.
I wasn't there, so I can't confirm. I'm just telling you what she tells me.
Okay.
But I know there's a warrant. I know she was in jail. I know she got into an argument with her husband a year or so later, and the cops came, and they arrested her again and sent her back to federal prison because she violated the probation.
Okay.
Yeah, it's a big story out here.
Okay. Well,
You can
it's a big
find
story.
all this
So,
information on your own.
well, okay,
It's
great.
all public.
Just great. So let me put it in. What channel in Minneapolis has that? Which station? Do you know?
I don't know.
50 FBI.
I on my phone here.
It's okay. Minneapolis. No, let me look it up. I'm right here. Minneapolis serve warrant
I'm gonna give you
for J6 videos. Okay.
I'm gonna give you.
Capitol
I'm gonna
riot.
give you.
Oh,
Hold on.
go ahead.
Hold on. Hold on here. I'm gonna try to find her.
I've got a list right here that I have on my.
You're better off asking her all of the questions and everything that you need.
Okay. You just brought it up, so I figured I would ask you.
This is stuff that I don't. I mean, this is her life. This is her involvement.
Okay,
This is
so-
what you know.
We will absolutely. I will do that when you provide me the information. Okay, so let's just get to J6 and talk about what you had said in regards that you haven't seen any of the videos. Do you classify J6 as peaceful?
No, I don't.
No. Okay, but you haven't seen any of the videos.
Not like on the news or anything.
Okay.
I've seen some like on Facebook or whatever. I didn't watch any of yours. I think I probably stopped following you at that time.
Okay. So let's make sure I just make sure I understand everything. Is the reason why I say 50 agents aren't going to be going to a knock and talk is something isn't
What's
accurate.
a knock and talk?
That's when somebody knocks on your door to talk about Facebook
okay.
videos that you posted. There is something else in the warrant. So one of our listeners said, well, what about Roger Stone? You're talking about a multi-state investigation where multiple offices, multiple states were involved. And I still don't think there were 50 FBI agents with Roger Stone. I don't even think there were 50 FBI at Mar-a-Lago, to be honest with you. But
I don't know.
it does.
If that's what, like maybe there wasn't 50, Matt. I don't know. I wasn't there.
But it's
like
important.
I told you in the beginning. I don't know. There was a lot.
Well,
The house
no,
was
that's not
covered.
what you said. That's
There
not
was
what
a
you.
bunch.
Wait,
How
wait,
many?
you
How
didn't
many?
say
I don't
you
know.
didn't
You want
know.
a number? I just threw out a
You
number.
didn't. No, well, you don't throw out numbers with me because that's where facts matter. It's
No,
important
I do.
to me.
Because when you don't take I don't know as an answer.
You didn't say
and you're
I
kinda
don't know.
wanting
Wait.
a number.
Rewind the
Well, I
show.
don't know.
No. You don't backpedal. You came out and started talking
But
about
I
your
do
friends
think it was-
and
I
50.
think it
No.
was at least about 50
No.
agents.
You're not
I
gonna.
do.
You're not.
You-
I didn't. You didn't say you didn't know. You were very
I'm not
adamant
going
and
to.
very
I'm not-
clear.
You can't dictate what I do and can't.
I don't have to. I got a recording of it. I don't have to dictate. All I got to do is play it back. All I got to do is play it back. It's your word. I never said anything. I didn't force you to say anything. You're the one who told me about the story, and I simply asked you a question. You said 50 agents held a gun to a little girl's head. Those were your words, not mine. I didn't say that. Don't try to say that I.
I'm
No,
like, well, I
you.
don't know. Well, how many were there? Well,
That's
how many?
not what. That is not what was said. You started off declaring the story, and you said, "Now you're lying. Now you're lying. Now you're lying."
Okay. I think you're lying. I think you're.
Why don't you go?
false.
Why don't you go listen to the tape? I'm what?
I think you're fake.
I'm
I think
fake.
that's why I stopped watching you.
No,
from the
you stopped
beginning.
watching me because
It's
you're
like
making up
you
shit.
had somebody-
You don't have
you
a
had-
video.
I've watched you
It
on
wasn't the
phone calls
CIA. You
before
were
with
wrong.
other
You know what the
people.
words you can't
And you
understand
tried
is saying
to-
the words I'm
you
wrong.
tried to cut down,
I
but
was
you know what,
wrong.
Matt? You are not
I
here in
was wrong.
Minneapolis.
It's real
In fact,
simple.
I
Help
don't know
me.
where you are.
Help me help you. I
Maybe
was
where you are,
wrong.
things aren't run like that. You say you
I
have
was wrong.
FBI insight. You have this. Okay, well.
Well, what?
Who do you know at the FBI?
Who do I know?
What
you want names? You want names?
How do we get to trust who you are?
Well, let me see. I will go ahead and say, because I don't make up shit like you've done since you started this conversation.
I'm not making up anything.
CIA, huh? You have a video of a CIA identified as CIA. That's what you're telling me? And then when you're actually called out on it, you said they changed the article. Then you can't even remember when it was. Then you said you have a video of Minneapolis Police Department, but you don't have the video. It's your friends who have the video, but you can't remember where it's at. And it's typically the biggest video that you could ever possibly have to crack this story. And you don't remember where it's at?
Okay. I don't remember where it's at.
Well, then I will tell you that is the most, for someone who has as much conviction as you have, that's pretty irresponsible, don't you think?
Let me see. I've been with my son in Arizona because
you know what's interesting? You know what's fake? You know what's fake is when somebody lies and they won't admit it.
You don't know. You think you know. You think you know shit. You don't.
Well, I know you lied.
Halfway, right away, you want to call me a liar?
No, I waited 25 minutes to call you a liar. I waited 25 minutes.
Why don't you go and
I waited 25 minutes to call you a liar. All I did was, I can tell by how upset you're getting. I can tell how upset you are.
Then call me a liar.
I can tell how.
Me a liar on something
sure, I can. You told me you had a video of CIA burning down AutoZone. I'm an idiot. Maybe I am an idiot, but at least I'm not a liar. At least I'm not a liar. I'm a lot of things, but I'm not a liar.
I think you are. I think you
really. What have I? Why don't you point out what I've lied about? Why don't you point out what? Give me one thing I've lied about. Go ahead. I'll wait. Tell me one thing.
That you've lied about?
Yeah, please tell me what I've lied about.
You lied about the conversation we had and the way that the conversation had.
Okay.
You're lying.
Tell me exactly what I said that was a lie. Tell me what I said. Tell me what I said that was a lie. Tell me what I said that was a lie.
Your fat ass wasn't here.
Tell me what. Tell me what I said that. Tell me what I said that was a lie.
And here in Minneapolis,
tell me what I said that was a lie. Tell me what I said.
They're not going to do that.
Tell me what I said. What was a lie?
You were halfway smart.
What was a lie?
You would have known that.
You can't tell me what the lie is.
They're going to do a $20 bill, passes through the stores. They're not going to just arrest somebody for a fake $20 bill.
What the fuck are you talking about, lady? What the fuck are you talking about?
You don't know.
What the fuck are you? What the fuck are you talking about? Tell me the lie. Tell me the lie. Tell me the lie. What did I lie about? Tell me the lie.
You lied when I said, you asked me how many FBI agents. I said, I don't know.
But
there was a lot. The house was covered. Well, how many?
You said 50 I'm going to quote you. Here it is. 50 FBI agents with guns drawn pointed a gun at my friend and her little girl's head. Those were your exact words.
Yeah, they did.
Okay, then that's not the lie. You're lying about not saying that. What you're lying about is that you said you had a video of the CIA umbrella man and he wound up being a white supremacist, and then you said they changed the article.
No, so it's on my Facebook.
Well, if it's on your Facebook, it's got to be true, I'm sure. You're doing a bang-up job so far.
Go on my Facebook.
So let me get this straight. Let's put this one to bed. Let's put this one to bed. Let me put this one.
That video is public.
Let me put this one to bed. You've never watched the January 6th video because you don't watch the news, but you feel yourself that you're educated on speaking about it, even though you weren't there and you have no idea what happened.
No,
totally lucid.
But my opinion is that it's a setup. Period.
But why? What makes you have that opinion? Tell me what happened that makes you feel that way. Great. Tell me why. Tell me why. Why do you think that? Why do you think that?
I told you why I thought that.
No. You said that all cops are corrupt and they're all in on it. But then you tell me the Minneapolis police are good. But that's neither here nor there. Why? What are the specific reasons you think January 6th was a setup? Give me the reasons. I know the reasons. I've heard them all. I want to know what you think.
I do think. But that's not the branch of police that were there. That's not you got it wrong.
What do I have wrong? Tell me what I have wrong.
The police, they were only stationed at the precinct.
So who was there? Was it, you didn't know whether it was state police or city police? Which one was it?
When when the
Was it state police or city police that you're talking about?
Blowing up the fires, when they were setting the businesses up, when they were breaking in, there was no police. None.
Okay.
Trump tried to send the National Guard in, and our governor turned it down. Meeting out there on the night of George
Amy,
Floyd,
turn it down.
the night of the riot. There were no police.
Okay, all right. We're not talking about the same shit because you told me that the police, when I asked you in Minneapolis, oh my God, would you please stop talking? Would you please let somebody say a fucking word? Okay, great. You told me when I asked, oh my God, Amy, you want to say something? I got to mute her. She won't shut the fuck up. Amy, did you have something to say? Amy, you called the show. Do you have something to say? All right, Amy's off the show. You won't let anyone. Every time I have a question, you get so upset.
No, Matt, that's not what it is.
Yeah, that's exactly what you did. All right, so let's end it. Let's end it here.
You're calling me a liar.
Well, you are a liar. You did lie. You lied. You lied.
Trust on any
lied.
accountability that you have.
You're
lied.
Crazy. Oh no, I don't think I'm the one that's crazy, sister. I think the person who says that they have evidence of the CIA burning down an AutoZone and then don't have it and don't admit that they were wrong, that's a lie.
I didn't tell you I didn't have it. I told you that the video is on my Facebook. You can go look at it. It's
and the
public,
story was right. But but on your video that you posted that you know about, please tell me how you identified that it was a CIA agent. If it's your video, you should know. How did you find out he's CIA?
I'm like, I don't remember what the news what news article it was. I know.
Okay.
I know that I saw it.
Okay.
And
you got to turn down your TV, listener.
My phone number. I offered to give you my phone number. I offered to, as soon as I get it, just give me a call. I'll give it to you. But just because I can't remember from something that's
I'm just asking you to tell me you have this video that you're talking about, and you're saying that it is literally the linchpin to this. It is a huge story, and you just can't tell me how you know he was CIA when every other news media, including the one you excuse me, I'm not done, including the one you cited, Minneapolis 9, it wasn't 5 by the way, said he was a white supremacist. So I'm just wondering how you know he's CIA.
From the beginning, I told you I couldn't remember. I took a guess. I even said, I don't know. I think maybe Fox, Bauer. I offered to give you my phone number, and I'm like, I'll figure it out. I'll reach out to her on Facebook.
Okay.
I offered to do that. But no, now you want to call me a fucking liar?
No,
get the fuck out of here, dude. You're crazy.
You get the fuck out of here. No, you get the fuck out of here. No, you get the fuck out of here. You won't admit you're wrong. You won't admit you're wrong. You're just not used to anyone. You're just used to your little fucking corner where everyone listens to your bullshit. I'm challenging your bullshit. And I'm saying you're full of shit.
Okay, here's my phone number.
Don't give your phone number. Don't give your phone number over this show. What are you doing? What are you doing? Don't give your You're off the air. You're off the air. There's no way you're giving your phone number over on air. Oh my God. Lady, don't give your phone number off the air. You need to go get a breath.
Nothing,
go get a breath. Tell me why Michelle Obama has a dick. Tell me why Michelle Obama has a dick. Will you tell me that?
What?
Tell me why Michelle Obama has a dick. You think Michelle Obama's a man?
I don't know if she does or not.
Then why were you so upset when I said she wasn't?
Because when that happened, it's just like you don't allow people to have their own opinions.
No, I don't allow people to have their own facts. No. I don't allow people to have their own facts.
I was just listening.
You don't even know.
It was like this guy just believes that she did. Who cares? Who cares if he believes that she's
well, that's what we do because when you say things that aren't true, I know you don't care about the truth. I will argue with anyone who doesn't tell the truth. I do because I care about the truth. Why don't you?
Well, because if the truth don't involve me, then I don't need to know it.
Well, it involves me when you call my show and say it, right? But if you say it on my show, it involves me, right?
I don't give a fuck.
Right. Maybe you don't give a fuck about the truth, but when you call my show and involve me in it, then it becomes my business, right? I mean, and
you asked that guy to call you. And I don't even think he did call you.
No, he didn't. Nobody called me about Michelle Obama. No, nobody did.
That's what you do.
Yeah. Well, I want people to call because if you have something that's truthful, I want to hear it. But if you're going to go ahead and
don't. You just
sure I
try
do.
to degrade
Wait.
it like it's not true.
No. There have been plenty of people who call in with information, and I'm very curious. You started yelling the moment that you called in. You were pissed off, ready to go.
I'm not yelling. I just talk loud. I'm Italian. I talk loud.
You do talk loud. You talk loud. There's no doubt about it. You certainly do. Well, is there anything? I'm going to give you last. Okay, great. I'm going to give you last word. Okay, I'm going to give you last word. You get it. You get 1 minute. Everyone gets 1 minute, and I will go ahead and listen to whatever you have to say. Go ahead. Here's your minute.
Oh, I'm thankful I got 1 minute. Thank you. Well, at least thanks for trying to listen. If you still want the information, I'll give it to you, Matt. I'll give it to you for free. I don't need 10,000. I don't need 100,000. I don't need any of it.
Well, the $100,000 is to help you. Oh, I'm sorry.
I'm sorry.
I didn't
interrupt. You got my Facebook. You can message me.
Mm-hmm.
But, if anybody out there wants it, I'll give it to anybody.
Yeah.
It's all on her Facebook. Everything out there on La Vida, every court, every signing, every document, it's all on their Facebook.
Okay.
You guys can all go out there and get it yourselves.
Mm-hmm. Okay. So I want to tell you, I appreciate you calling in. You should always leave everyone better than you found them. If you would like to send me any of that information, and the reason why I said the $100,000 is that's my children's college tuition. But I mean that 100%. No, I'm not giving it to you. My point is that I will spend every dime to make sure that this is advertised. This story is sent to every single publication, that I will pay for air travel for people, whatever it takes to get this story out. Because if this is true, I will wait for you to tell me all about it. I have a feeling I'm going to be waiting for a while, but I will wait for it. And the second thing, the $10,000 is something that I put aside when I first started this show that nobody has ever claimed. And the reason why is because they don't have the facts to back it up. They have no proof. Feeling is fine. Emotion is fine. I'm fine with it. What I don't like is when people say something is true when they have no evidence to back it up. I'm sorry that I upset you. I'm sorry you're not happy with what I had to say. You've insulted me quite a bit since you've come on, and I have not insulted you once. I called you a liar because you did not and will not back up information when you were wrong, and it says that guy is not CIA. There's no article. There's nothing that states that. That means you're wrong.
There is here in Minnesota.
Okay.
There is here in Minnesota is what I'm telling you. And this is what I mean, Matt. Sometimes you just need to sit back and just chill.
No, I'm not. You aren't going to dictate how I act.
Hold on. If I would have known this was going to be a tonight topic and this was something that, we can get more information out there, maybe I would have had it ready for you.
Okay, well then maybe next time you don't espouse that you have it and then say it.
And
okay,
hold on, Matt. Hold on. And so it's like in me, this just was random, right? So it's just random. I offered to give it to you. Right? You don't even know if I'm real or fake, but you want to presume that I'm fake.
No, I don't. I'm fair.
Maybe a 1% chance. Okay, Nancelina, I'll message you if you send it to me. Send it to me. This is what we can have to offer. But when you want to come out and you want to just
I didn't say everything you said was fake. I just said the CIA comment wasn't real.
There are.
No, I want to know because it proves your story.
Get the fuck out of here.
Hey, no, you get the fuck out of here. You're single, right? That makes complete fucking sense.
No, I'm married.
No, there's no fucking way. There's no fucking way.
Oh, yeah.
You should tell him to get a divorce because he will be happier.
Yes, sir.
He'll be fucking happier. Trust me. Holy shit, lady. You have presumed so much shit.
I don't deal with
so much fucking shit. I can't believe it. I can't fucking believe how much shit you fucking presume about people, but you say don't presume me, which doesn't make any fucking sense.
Yeah.
Doesn't make any fucking sense.
Okay, so I guess you don't want the information then. But if there's anybody,
nobody wants. It doesn't exist. It doesn't exist because if you were, you would be on every talk show in the whole fucking world. If you had Minnesota police departments predicting January 6th and a person being murdered, you would be on every talk show in the world. You would be a multi-fucking millionaire.
There's got to be an article.
You don't have it.
There's
you got
actually
nothing.
Another article.
You got
Maybe
nothing.
You can look this one up too. It was in Indiana because we were in the truck convoy.
Okay.
So look it up.
I'm aware of the convoy. I don't have to look it up. I was aware of it. I live right next to it. Washington, D.C. was where they rerouted it and the traffic was backed up. What are you trying? Of course there was a convoy.
Out there.
Yeah, there's a convoy.
And if you think things
was it rubber ducky?
Then you're really stupid.
Oh,
if
I'm
you
stupid.
think things are not suppressed.
No, of course they are. Of course they are. You've never watched my show, it seems, because I sit there and call that out ad nauseum.
You're right.
I also call it. Well, you should get because you don't know. You just don't like the truth. You want me to go ahead and pretend that your bullshit fucking delusion is real, lady, and I'm not going to do it.
Because I didn't want the truth. Like, why would
just
I
send
want
it to me.
Truth if
hang up the phone and send it to me.
Not?
Hang up the phone. Hey, hang up the phone and send it to me right now. Send me anything that you've said. Send me one piece, just anything. I'll wait. I'll stay on. You can call right back. Go do that. Hang up your phone. Send me one thing you've said tonight. Any one piece. Just send it to me.
Okay.
Okay, where are you going to send it? You don't even have my email. How do you know?
Huh?
How are you going to send it to me? You don't know where you're going to send it.
Send it to you on Messenger, right? Isn't that?
I don't take. No, send it to matt@thedumshow.com. I'll wait. Can you do it in less than 5 minutes?
How? I told you, I have to contact them together.
No. Just send me the CIA. Send me the CIA video on Facebook that you have on your Facebook, the one that you said you have.
You can look on my Facebook.
I don't want to look. I want you to send me the link. I just want you to send me the link. Why can't you do that? What's so hard about that? Why is that so difficult?
Hold on.
Oh, you're going to do it now? Okay.
Let me see if I can do it from my phone. Hold on.
All right, cool. I'm excited. I'm excited.
Hold on 1 second.
Okay.
It's just really hard because it's like from 5 years ago. So I have to scroll down 5 years.
Listen, if you have proof of a CIA...
I'll stay on the phone with you. Hold on, Matt. I'll stay on the phone with you. Click on my profile. And just scroll down a little bit.
Okay, can I explain something?
Because
I can't.
My stuff is not
public. Fuck. Will you let me explain? Lady, fuck. Will you let me explain it? I can't scroll your personal profile on Facebook Live. I'll get a strike if I do it. I can show you a picture, I can show a text, but if I scroll your profile, I'm fucked. I can't do that. Okay?
Okay, well, I'm trying to get you the video here.
Take your time.
Like, you want it right now. I will have to scroll down my feed on my profile
I'm willing to wait. I got nothing to do. It's just the Colorado Avalanche playing Minnesota Wild. I'm good. I'm patient. You know, hey, did you call me fat earlier? Is that what you said to me?
Probably. I don't remember.
Yeah? So let me make sure I understand. You insulted my physique. Why?
Why? I don't know, because it was just a word I used out of anger.
So you think it's cool to degrade people? And do you find me fat? Or are you just trying? Well, no, I said you lied.
Don't underestimate me. Don't
underestimate you to say juvenile, petulant shit. I'm asking you a question because I'm interested. You think I'm fat?
Pressure to get what you want.
Do you think I'm fat?
I don't say that way.
Do you think I'm fat?
I just don't.
Do you think I'm fat?
I don't know. I think you got a belly on you.
Do you?
At least that's what it looks like. It looks what it looks like on the TV.
Let's look. Let's look together. Let's look together. You want? I'll stand up.
No, because I'm looking for the video.
Oh no! I'll stand up. We should do this because if you're going to be credible, you should be credible, right? And you should be able to say things that are accurate and true. But I don't think there's any reason for that. I'm just wondering what makes you think that you somehow are going to earn any points by insulting people's physique or what they look like. Are you an Olympic athlete? Are you a size 2?
Mm-hmm. I'm actually a size 4.
You're size 4. Okay. Okay. So you feel that you have the right to go ahead and insult people based upon their looks when you're losing a conversation.
I'm not losing anything. You want to call me a liar? That's an insult to me.
You did indeed lie.
No, I didn't.
Yes, you did.
If something is not accurate, I still try to answer your questions to the best
to make
of
sure
my
I
ability.
understand, the media changed an article. It wasn't that you were wrong. It's the media changed the article and removed the CIA cover story and put in the white supremacist.
Out loud. I was just surprised. That's all. I was surprised.
That's not what you said. That's not what you said. You said
they
they
changed
no
it?
no.
I was
See,
hypothetically
here you are
just
lying
speaking out
again.
loud.
You lied again. You
No, I'm
said
not
they
lying.
changed the article. You didn't say they changed the
I'm
article?
not lying.
You didn't say they changed the article? You didn't say that?
I was speaking out loud, like kind of like shocked.
So you lied.
Like,
so you
wait, what?
spoke out loud and lied.
No, I didn't lie.
Oh.
I was just
What do you
hypothetically
what do you
speaking.
call
That's what I was doing.
So
I
really
was trying to recall what the information that you wanted, and I was trying hard to give you what you were asking for. And then you threw that at me, and I was like, "Wait, what?"
well because it's a
trying
fact.
to just recall and think.
It's a fact. See, nobody
What's a
changed
fact?
nobody changed the articles. Nobody changed the story. The CIA didn't burn down an AutoZone.
Yeah, they did.
Okay, once again I'm asking you to tell me how you know that.
I'm gonna get the article for you.
Okay, because I've looked at the articles and all the articles say that it was someone who was labeled as a white supremacist and has a criminal record. I've got his photograph and I got his name. I showed you on the video. You couldn't see it,
He's
but all the
white.
listeners saw it.
Does he have got blonde hair and blue eyes?
I'll have to look it up again. I wasn't
the one
staring
you're
at his eyes.
looking at?
I was probably grasping with looking at my body and trying to find out if I'm actually indeed fat or not. So I didn't have the time to look. I apologize. But I can always look
I don't
again.
know. Go look then.
Okay, I'll do that.
He's got blonde hair, blue eyes. I just want to make sure we're talking about the
And
same person.
did he have a sign around his neck that said CIA, I wonder?
No, I don't believe he did.
Well, then how do you know he was CIA? I'm interested to find out.
Because I know that there was an article. I would have to reach out to her because I don't remember. I remember her. She messaged me a long time ago. She told me to watch. I can't remember what it was on the TV. I told her like I don't really like the news, and she's like, "Well, you're gonna watch this."
Let me
I
make
did a
sure.
full interview.
Okay, let me just ask you a question. Can I just? All right, let's clear this up. Okay, and we're going to put it to bed because I feel that you haven't been very nice to me, and you think that I haven't been very nice to you. But I'm going to give you a shot. Can you please tell me again what color were his eyes and what color was his hair?
He had blonde hair. He had a black outfit on and blue eyes, from what I remember.
Okay,
And he was pale white. He was very white.
Very white. And you saw this completely? It was very clear as day, right?
Yeah, it's on the video.
Awesome.
Like
Multiple
we saw
news
him burn it
outlets.
down.
Multiple news outlets report police also linked the man to an incident that took place in Stillwater, Minnesota in June, and also along with the burning of AutoZone. In both instances of video, he was wearing a white supremacist garb and allegedly harassed a Muslim woman as well, and was wearing a gas mask. I'm wondering, how did you see his eyes and his hair with a hood and a gas
He didn't
mask
have
on?
a gas mask on.
Well, that's not what the media says. That's not what they say. It's in the video.
Well, I don't know.
Are they lying
I don't
again?
know what the media is telling you, Matt, but I'm telling you.
Well, they're not
there's a
telling me
video, and
anything. I'm just
scrolling
reading
down.
it. I'm just reading it.
When you can just go on my page.
Can you see somebody's eyes through the
anyone
gas
out there
mask?
can go on
I
my
didn't know
page
you could
and
do
just
that.
Scroll down a little bit.
Well, I'm still waiting
and
for
will
you to
see
find
the
it.
guy who burnt down AutoZone.
Yeah, I'm still waiting for you to find it.
Right, I have to scroll down 5 years.
Well, why don't you just go ahead and go into the search bar, type your name, and type in AutoZone video or however you might have titled it, and it will pull up that post.
Because it was under hers, and I don't know how to do that.
Yeah, okay. All right, well, I
Hold
guess
on, let me log out, and let me go into someone. Let me see. I don't know if this will work or not. Come on. Just hold on. Now you can watch.
Is it our size? Our size 30. Our size. What size jeans? Hey, what size jeans does your husband wear? Do you know?
Why?
I'm just curious. What size jeans does your husband wear? What size?
Why?
Because I'm wondering, because I wear a size 32, and that's literally 2 inches bigger or 2 sizes bigger than high school. And if you're saying I'm fat, what does your husband wear? What size pants does he wear?
Are you a really? My husband's 6'5".
I'm 6'4".
There's no way you're
I'm
6'4".
I'm 6'4", 225 pounds. Yes, ma'am.
Oh, you're 125 pounds?
No, I'm 225 pounds at 6'4".
Oh, 225 pounds?
Yes, ma'am.
Hi, Bubba. Okay.
You doubt this? Would you like? Do you want a picture or something? I mean, I'm sure I have a couple workout. I mean, I can actually send evidence if you want, versus some people who say they can and can't.
That
I can show you my most recent physical if you would like, which has my height and my weight. It also has my body fat percentage too, if you'd like to see it. You certainly care about it because you said it. You said it. So
do you feel like you have to prove something to me?
No, I just want to know why you would say. I just want to know what your husband's pant size are, and you call him fat too, because what a wife. What a wife. What an amazing person.
That's just you assuming. That's you assuming. I don't think anything my husband does is any of your business.
Well, I don't think it's your business to sit here and go ahead and talk about my physique and say I'm fat and presume me. Why are you presuming me?
Well, I think this is the guy from one of the Facebook feeds or whatever.
Show me the video. I'm waiting.
And
Matt at the DUM Show.
Calling me. You remember Larvita? And the whole J6 thing with like the video. He's saying I'm lying. That never happened.
That's not what I said.
Yeah.
I said you don't have any proof that it's CIA and you can't prove it.
My 14-year-old daughter.
You know what I would never do? I would never, ever go ahead and have a conversation with a 15-year-old on a Facebook show. We're gonna have to end it if you bring your kid into the conversation, because we're not gonna bring her into this conversation. It's not gonna happen.
Why not? You bring your kids into the show all the time.
That's my choice, but I'm not gonna have a conversation with a 15-year-old who's not mine.
Choice.
Well, great. It's not your fucking show. Get your own show. You can lie on your own show all you want. You can lie on your own show all you want. I don't give a fuck. Go do it all day long. Still haven't found the video, huh?
I didn't ask you to give a fuck.
Still haven't found the video?
Still haven't found it?
Still haven't found the video, huh?
Well, you can go and look for it yourself. It's on my Facebook. When we hang up and you're done going live, there you go. There's my Facebook.
Sure.
You can scroll down and you can watch the 4-hour footage.
Is it there? Is it there? Are the stolen Dominion server votes on your computer too? Do you have Michelle's dick on your computer too? Do you tell that story to your daughter? Do you tell her about Michelle's dick when the first lady's up there? Do you do that? Would you? Would you have a conversation?
We don't
I don't
care
know.
about that shit.
You care about that shit.
I just say she did.
You care.
I just don't care about the whole thing.
You do care.
I don't care about if the Earth is flat or globe. I don't give a fuck. If God wanted us to know, He would make it known. If God wanted me to know if Michelle Obama had a dick, He would let me know.
Let me ask you a question. How many psychotropic drugs are you on? Just I'm wondering, how many do you take a day? Seriously, come on.
How many what?
How many psychotropic drugs do you take a day?
Oh, none. Why? Because I don't care if Michelle Obama has a dick or not?
No, there's some other cues that are firing off to me that some SSRIs are either should be in your future or are currently.
Oh, now you're a psychiatrist.
No, I'm just a person who knows batshit crazy. I know. Well, yeah, there's a lot of things I'm not. That's why I ask questions.
Mm-hmm.
We struck a nerve there. I'm just wondering if you're off your meds.
No, you're not getting on my nerves at all.
It sounds like it. Just a little. So you don't have this video. I've waited. It's now been almost 45 minutes. You don't have the video now. I'm taking it. Is that correct?
Okay, yeah, you're right, Matt. I don't have it.
Okay. All right, well, good. At least you admit it. At least you admit it. Show me the video of the Minneapolis Police Department. Yeah, go to your page. I know. Go to your page and filter.
Yeah. But I'll tell you this.
Yeah.
I'll tell you this right now.
Okay, tell me.
When you go down my feed and you find the video and you see what I'm talking about, and then you're going to want more information. You're
No,
be like, oh,
I won't, because here's what I'll do. If I get that video from you, I will publicly apologize to you in spades, and I will make a full video. No. But see, that's the difference. That's called credibility. But I know you don't have it. And I know you don't have anything like the sort.
No, I do. You can go look for it yourself. It's right there.
Why should I have to?
And you go off live and you just go onto your regular Facebook and you scroll down. Okay. And it's not going to take you long because I don't post things public very often.
Okay.
So you would not have to scroll down very far.
So you should be able to find it fairly quickly.
See it there.
You should be able to find it fairly quickly.
You will see it there.
So I want to make sure we clear up. Let's go and put it all back. You didn't want to talk about George Floyd, but you talked about George Floyd. We didn't talk about J6 at all. You've never watched any of the video from J6, so you have no idea what happened there that day. You have video of the CIA burning down the AutoZone, but you can't find it. You also have two Minneapolis, possibly police, State Department, something, talking about January 6th ahead of time. Before it even happened, talking about a shooting that was going to take place, and they told you wait till they find out what happens in the Capitol, and then You and then you have a friend. You have a friend who you have a friend. Hold on, I'm not done. You have a friend on the Capitol steps who didn't go anywhere in, was on the steps, turned around and walked away, and 50 agents pointed guns at her and her daughter's head, and they did what? Arrested her?
They arrested her.
Okay. What were the charges? What were the charges?
I don't know.
You don't know. Did you ask? I mean, that's your friend. I would ask.
I probably knew at that time, but I don't know what they are. Like, I don't remember the actual charges. Since you want to critique me to where every word is perfect and everything needs to be precise.
Yeah, that's what facts
I
are.
probably just don't want to answer
Well,
you.
let me just tell you a little something that, since I don't know anything and I know nothing at all, but I will tell you, when people know and it's true, they don't have to remember, because it's the truth, right? They don't have to remember their lie. They just go ahead and talk about it. Like, if you would like to go ahead and talk about a show that I've done, I can tell you what I've said.
That's not true. That's
sure
not
it is.
true.
You have
Because,
the smoking gun that
No, it's
solves
not.
J6 was an inside job, and you don't remember. You don't
People
remember.
remember the big events. They remember the big events. Like,
You
that's
don't consider
what happened.
January 6th a
Especially-
big event? You don't consider
so you
January 6th a
remember,
big?
like,
Was
the big-
J6 small?
I was not in D.C. Hold on. You
Was
forget,
J6
I was
small?
not at D.C. I was at the Minnesota State Capitol.
Yeah, but you're upset
And you
with
know
me.
what?
You're
Those
upset with
videos
me.
are on my
You're
Facebook as
upset
well.
with me about
Actually-
J6. You're upset with me. And you weren't there. You didn't see anything. You've never watched any video, but you think I'm wrong.
No, what I said was, give me a little time, at least like an hour or two. I got to get a hold of these people.
Okay.
And I will ask them for
Okay.
like what you want.
What I wanted to do was have a
I
conversation.
offered for you to go onto their Facebook page. You didn't want to do that. So I said, okay, well, you want the warrant, so I have to reach out to her.
This is called
Let me reach out
anecdotal
to her. I'll
evidence.
get
This
you
is
the
called
warrant.
anecdotal
You wanted
evidence.
what
It's
the
not.
news
It's not
network is or
fact.
where the article came from.
Well,
And I
right,
said,
'cause it's called
I
facts.
don't remember.
It
I
doesn't
think it was Fox
exist.
News, but maybe
It
was a
doesn't
local.
exist.
Hold
You
on.
said they
Maybe it was
changed
a
it.
local.
You said they changed it.
Like, I don't remember.
You
Like, I
said
don't
they
remember.
changed
It's
it.
not
You
my
said they
life that was
covered it
affected.
up.
It was their life that was affected.
You said
Did
they
I see
covered
the
it
video
up.
from January 6th? Yes.
Oh
You
my
asked for
God.
that video. I said, okay, I'll get it for you.
Okay.
Right? Whether I'm telling the truth or not,
Mm-hmm.
maybe you should have just waited to see if I would submit those over to you.
No.
Instead of just
I
flat
am
out
waiting.
calling me a liar.
What have I didn't call you a liar about Minnesota. I didn't call you a liar about the 2 officers. I didn't call you a liar about the 50 FBI agents.
No,
I
but
called
you
you a
have
liar
called me
about
a
the
liar
CIA burning down the AutoZone, and you said, and the story was wrong. And I said that this is what the stories are saying, and I read them to you, and you said that they changed them. That is a lie.
No, and I
No, that's a lie. No, it's a lie. It's a fucking lie.
No,
End of story. It's a fucking lie.
I said it, but
No,
I
it's a
corrected
fucking
myself. I
lie.
said,
It's a
I'm like,
lie.
I was
It's a
confused. I'm
lie.
like, wait, what?
It's a lie. It's a
Okay,
lie.
then you don't deserve. Then if it's a lie, then I don't need to submit it to you, right?
No. You just need to admit it and say, hey, I made a mistake. Made a mistake.
No, it doesn't work like that.
Well,
It doesn't
the truth
work like that.
does work like
You
that. It
know,
just doesn't work that way with you.
It doesn't work like that.
With
you know
you.
what? That everything that I told you is
Mm-hmm.
all over Minnesota. You don't need me to find it.
Okay, all over
It's all
Minnesota.
over here.
So secret tapes of CIA that you don't know because you saw that they
they're
were
on her
blonde haired and
Facebook.
blue eyed when they wore a gas mask.
They're on her Facebook. They are on her Facebook.
So you saw through the face. You saw through the gas mask. What type of gas mask was it? Do you know? What color was it?
The person. Are you talking about AutoZone again?
Well, that's the only one we've been talking
The guy
about.
didn't have a gas mask on.
Okay, but he was blonde haired, blue eyed, and he was CIA. And you don't remember how you identified how he was CIA, but it was in articles all over Minnesota because it's all over Minneapolis. But no reporting news station says that he was CIA, right?
I don't know.
Okay.
I guess I
All
don't
right.
know because you're reading something other than what I read, obviously.
Yeah, but
so it doesn't
you're
matter
absolutely
what I
right.
say.
I'm reading the
It doesn't
truth.
matter what I say. You are just not going
Nope,
to.
not with this.
You
Not
are
with
just
this
not
one.
going to believe me. So
I will not
then
believe
don't
you on this one. No, I will not. I will not believe they changed the article. No, I will not. No, I will not, because I checked the UTC codes and there has been no change,
you.
no update to the article.
I corrected corrected it. I think I was hypothetically speaking out loud because I was
That's-
trying to
you-
recall. No,
I don't
hold
give
on,
a shit
Matt.
if you're playing
Because
twiddly
I'm
links.
trying to
Lady, you
recall
said they
events
changed it. That's a
from
lie.
something
You
from
can play
5 years
semantics
ago.
all you want. You
no,
lied.
You're full of shit.
No,
you ain't
you
got
are.
nothing, dude.
I do. I
You
got
ain't
something.
nothing
I got the
because-
truth. You don't. You're a
you ain't got
liar.
nothing.
Liar. Liar. Liar.
You ain't got
I
got
got-
nothing.
I-
Have you
yeah,
heard
I
of
do.
woke societies?
Yeah, I do.
Have you heard
They
of woke
changed it.
societies? Do you know Scott? Do you know
Scott.
Scott from Woke Society?
I know a Scott. I know Scott. I know many Scotts. What are you talking about now?
From Woke Societies. Do you
No, I
know
don't.
Scott from Woke Society?
Nope. I don't know Scott from Woke Society.
Okay, you should reach out to him.
Why?
You should start your.
Does he have the
if
videos that you don't have?
You want to know stuff? You should start there.
From a guy,
you know
from a
what,
guy,
Rita Wilson?
from
You
a
wanna know
guy,
something?
from
You
a
should
guy who
start
says
there.
woke. Well, why don't you
Do you
teach
know
me?
Lisa
Why don't you teach me?
Hansen?
You've had a chance to
Lisa
teach me for the
Hansen,
last hour.
she's on the
Why do you
Minnesota
keep
border
name
over here
dropping?
in
Why don't
Albert
you
Lea.
teach me? Why don't you teach me all these
You
things?
should start. I'm giving you where you can get information from.
Right, but you can't
Lisa
tell me where it's at.
Hansen,
You can't
she's
even
in
send me a
Albert Lea.
link. Why can't you be nice and just send me an email?
Because you're calling me a liar.
I know I
And
called you a liar
I
about the
listened
article
to
that you said they
and you
changed that
called
they
me a
didn't.
liar.
Called you a liar about one thing, and you were lying. So you're a liar.
No, I'm not lying.
Okay.
I'm not.
Then
and I'm not,
then
if
then
I'm-
they
if
did
it's not
change the
truth, I'm
article.
not
Then they
lying.
changed
I'm
the
not
article. They
recalling
changed
it
the
way
article.
You want me to recall it?
They. I just want you to tell the truth. That's all I want you to do.
I am telling the truth.
Okay.
Oh,
Well,
reach
you
out
told
to
me.
those people,
So
Matt.
they changed the
Reach out to
article.
them. This is all because you don't like the fact that I think J6 is a setup.
No,
That's
I
what
like
this
that you.
is about.
No, I like
You
that we
asked
have
me
not
why
had
I
that.
feel that
No, what I
told
don't
you
like.
why I feel
No,
that way,
what I
and
don't.
you don't
No,
like why my
stop
opinions
presuming
are.
me. What I don't like is that we were supposed to talk that J6 was the setup, and you went off on a fucking tangent with 4 other topics that have
No, you
nothing to
asked
do with
me
what we're
why
talking
I
about.
feel that
I didn't
way.
ask you about George. No, I asked you why it's a setup. Why is it a setup? Give me fact. And you started talking about George fucking Floyd.
Because we are in a tyranny state here.
Okay.
This whole state is tyranny. And so whenever,
Give me some
whenever
examples
it
of
comes to
tyranny.
any part of branch of government,
Okay.
I don't trust them at all.
I'm not a big fan of
And I know
Minnesota
this
either.
is-
Hello.
And I know this is well beyond what we're even speaking about.
Okay.
But right now, what I'm facing here in
Mm-hmm.
the state of Minnesota, my daughter goes to a top-notch Christian school.
Okay.
Okay,
Good.
top-notch.
Good for her. Good for you. It's good parenting.
Okay, wait, hold on. Do you
I-
know
I'm
the
giving you a
legislation
compliment.
that they just passed here
Don't
3
tell me.
days ago?
I probably
They're
do, but you can tell me.
forcing
Oh, guess not.
all churches, Christian schools, colleges, that gender does not come from God. So
Say what?
our pastor is like, okay,
Say
we're not
what?
doing this.
Wait.
So
Wait.
right
Say.
now, the pastor is about to get arrested.
Wait.
He's
What?
going to get arrested.
Oh my God! Would you
Yeah.
slow down? Minnesota passes law that God doesn't decide gender. Is that what you're saying? Was okay?
Yeah,
Cool.
I'll give you. You want me to give you?
No.
the bill?
No.
give you
I'm looking, lady. I'm looking. Stop.
Okay.
Minnesota GOP and faith leaders are asking for religious exemption, saying churches and faith-based schools could be sued for refusing to hire transgender employees. That just came down. It's called the Human Rights Act. It's a state proposition legislation from the Minnesota GOP. Faith leaders are asking for religious exemption, saying churches and faith-based schools could be sued for refusing to hire transgender employees, even though it goes against their religion. That's one piece of legislation. Let's see if we can find another. Gender identity law spells the end of religious liberty. That was posted 8 days ago from the Federalist. Let's see what they have to say, because I want to know. This is interesting. 2023, Minnesota legislator governor added a new category of so-called human rights, gender identity, to the Minnesota Human Rights Act. Nope, this isn't the one you're talking about. Hold on, let me keep looking. Republican accused DFL unprecedented. Oh, okay, give it to me then.
HS-4021.
Thank you.
And
HS. Hold on. 4292. I'm not a transcriptionist. That's the one thing I'm not. Hold on. There's a lot of things I am, but I'm not a transcriptionist. HS-4201, Minnesota legislation. All right, let's go find out what we've got. Now we're getting somewhere. Now we can go do some HS-4-201, Minnesota Revisions Office. It's a governor passed proposition, HF 4201. is Introduction to First Reading State and Local Government, introduced by ADF 4201 is the bill. Hold on, I'm looking it up. I'm trying to find what it is because it has another bill attached to it. It's currently in the...
is it the SF 4292?
Hold on, let me look. It's the SF 37473 is its companion bill. And
there's another one then.
No, there's a lot of them. There's actually, there's quite a few attached to this thing. So we're going to have to narrow this down. Do you have the name of the bill?
I just have because I got the email from the school. So
yeah, no, I want to find this out because since you haven't watched my show, I found it, by the way. Since you haven't watched my show a lot, you'll find that Brandon Michonne was on here, and both of our fat asses went ahead and went up against the LCPS school board with transgender, especially the two girls that were raped by the transgender person in the bathrooms at Fairfax County and LCPS. So I'm with you. I'm with you on this, but I don't know much, but I'm fat. Here we go. Here it is. Relating to local government removing monetary caps for observance of Memorial Day is the 4201 bill. This bill was proposed on 3/18/2024, which was essentially about 16 days ago. Memorial Day appropriation for observance, the county board appropriations to military service organizations for Memorial Day, House of Representatives. County board may also appropriate funds annually to each post of a recognized military service persons organization society holding charter from Congress and incorporated in the state. This bill has nothing to do with any type of theological rights or amendments to schools or Christian schools' rights to discern people's gender. I think we might have the wrong bill. Is there another one you wanted to talk about?
I don't know. That's the one I have, and then the SF 4292. And this we got an email from...
Tell me what it says. Just read it to me. Read me the email. I'm interested in hearing. Read me the email, please.
Read you the whole email?
Well, just read me the part about what it says.
It says, please note the following. Thank you for your support of Christian education. Last week, our state passed some very troubling legislation regarding bills HF 4021 and SF 4292 that will exclude a religious exemption clause for churches, Christian schools, and Christian universities that speak up against biblical gender identity. This will now be viewed as a human rights violation. I urge you to write to your state congressman and state senator to have religious exemptions added to this bill. I also want to ensure you that First Baptist will not bow down to this agenda, and we will continue to teach God says about gender.
Okay.
And it goes on, but that's basically, I think, what you want to hear.
No, well, yeah, I think that makes it very clear. So this is a Christian school. This is not a public school. It's a private school. Is that correct?
It's correct.
The state has absolutely no right to go ahead and do that. That thing's going to get struck down in a heartbeat. So public schools are privately funded, and they can teach that hippopotamuses are fucking, unicorns if they want to. This isn't a federally or state-funded school. So this proposition, this bill, is for window dressing, and it's someone trying to get a hard-on piece of legislation in. It won't even make the floor. This won't even make appropriations. It's going to be sunk. Will you please follow up with me and let me know? Because I'm actually very interested for the first time tonight in what happens.
Okay. Also, too, Matt, I don't even know what bill it is, but I'll reach back out to you with it.
Yeah, let me know.
This bill was passed last year. This is when a lot of Minnesotans and attorneys, a lot of our good people left Minnesota.
On a private school?
They passed a law out here in Minnesota that, hold on, if we don't talk transgenders to our children, Child Protection Services don't even need a warrant. They're coming in your home. They're taking your kids.
That's true. They already did. They did it to me. Yep. They already did. I've done a show on that. If you watched my show and didn't run away from my damn show, and I'm really pissed that you do that. You would just watch the fucking thing, whether you disagree with me. Who gives a shit? Who gives a shit?
I get where you're coming from.
Let me ask you a question. Do you think, hold on a second, let me ask you a question. Please let me ask you a question. If you were standing outside of my head and someone was attacking you, do you think I would not use every ounce of my body, no matter what you say about me, how you degrade me, or the shit you've talked about me tonight, that I wouldn't end that fucking person if they tried to hurt you? You don't know anything about me. I don't take these conversations don't bother me. I don't
submit you
lady
the information that we were talking about.
I don't
it's just
care.
Like you wanted me to pull it out of my ass.
I
within
wanted
like 10
you to
seconds,
have
and
a
I'm
conversation about what you called about, and you didn't want to do that. And when I asked you about it, you got mad. I'm not going to say that we weren't being, ma'am, listen to me. I don't have any ill regard to you. I hope you come back. I hope you call. I hope you continue to watch the show. But what's funny is you keep bringing stuff up that I have covered ad nauseum on this show. And everybody here who watches my show knows about the CPS situation.
Matt, you might be bringing it up on your show, and that's great. And that's awesome. If you can, educate people and you guys are having some type of an awareness, but you're not living it. We are living it here.
What do you mean I'm not living it? Lady, do you understand? Do you understand this all started in Virginia? Wait a second. Stop.
When you ask me
why
do
I
have the opinion that I do,
oh my God.
Maybe it's not the facts that you have, but it's the opinion in the world that I'm living.
I understand that, but why do you think that is exclusive to Minnesota? I live in Washington, D.C., Delmarva, Virginia. Do you understand what's happening here? Do you understand all those books about homosexuals and gardeners fucking 10-year-olds is happening in my school district? Do you know we were the first school in the union to go ahead and have transgender bathrooms? Do you understand CPS was called on me and they called me a homophobic because I simply brought up all the statistics about transgenders and how they are marginalized, how they're discriminated against, how they are the number one for drug use, for rape, for incest, for prostitution, and defended the transgender community, and I was fucking arrested for spanking my son on the bottom and had to go to court, and the entire CPS office was fired. Lady, Brandon Michon is my friend. He is the angry dad. Just type it in and you will see all of this shit that you're complaining about started in Virginia. I'm aware. I'm not challenging you on that. I'm challenging you on a video of a CIA operative burning down a fucking AutoZone. That's the only thing I've disagreed with you on. Great. Show it to me.
Let me find out where I can get the news. Like, let me reach out to her. Let me get the news article. Like, if I knew we were going to have this conversation and you wanted this stuff, I would have had it ready.
Lady, you're calling into a show. Do you think I know my shit? Listen, you've listened to me for a little bit. Do you think I know my shit? Either I do or I don't.
Whip stuff out. Like, I don't do that for a living.
That's fine. You don't have to. But what you should try to do is come on the show and show some deference and show a little bit of respect, and you will receive respect. But if you come on here and start barking,
when you call me a liar.
You didn't get called a liar until 27 minutes in. You didn't get called a liar until 27 minutes in. You were already 27 minutes in, lady. 27 minutes in.
I don't know.
I do because I keep track.
There's a lot.
You see this? This is a notepad. See this? This is a pen. And I've been writing everything down that you fucking say because I want to keep notes and make sure I understand. That's how I know 27 minutes in I called you a liar. And I hold to it. Okay, well, you did lie. You know you did. Sorry. All right. Well, listen, good. Okay. They changed the paper. They changed the cover story. The CIA changed the cover story.
You just can't stop.
No, to me.
What am I wrong about?
I've already told you 100 times. Why aren't you listening? Why do we have to go through this again?
You want the video.
I want you to tell me how. I wanted you to tell me about the CIA official and how you knew he was CIA. You said it was in a video. I asked you how it was identified. You said you couldn't remember. It was a story in Minnesota. I said, I'll look it up. No. I did. Wait, no, yes, because this is for, lady, whether you meant it or not, it's what you said. Lady, I have a photographic fucking memory for conversations. I remember every word you've said in this conversation.
Maybe you do, but what I said was there was.
I already told you what you said. That's what you said. What I said. You didn't let me finish.
The AutoZone. Later, it was identified that he was a CIA agent. There is an article out there with it. I said I would provide you. The video is easy. It's right on my Facebook.
Yes, but how do you know he's a CIA agent in a video?
We have the video. She was at the protest.
So this lady, oh my God, this lady with an iPhone went up and filled someone burning down an AutoZone and got his blue eyes and blonde hair.
What happened?
All right, then tell me what happened. You said you couldn't remember.
Everybody, no, the video I remember, what the news article, what news branch it was, I think it's a local one. It was either Fox News or it's a local one. I don't remember. I have to ask her.
Okay.
This is what I said.
All right.
The video, because at first, before any of this happened, I'm like, this is awesome. People are using their amendment, like they're protesting, their voices are getting heard. Like I was for it. My girlfriend went down there. She was filming the protest. She was showing the people from the protest.
Yeah, I got it. Okay.
She just happened to be there at that square. Right. AutoZone is only like not that far.
I got
like
it.
Half a block away.
I've seen the map. I've got the map. I pulled it up. Okay. Yes, I know. Go ahead.
Okay. Right. So she was just at the protest. That's when her little sister came back and said, they're going to burn down AutoZone. So she made, on the video, you can see her, made her sister leave, and she went down to the AutoZone. And she has a video, on the video shows the guy burning down the AutoZone.
Okay.
It's on my Facebook.
Can I ask a couple of questions?
AutoZone, let's get a video.
Can I ask a couple questions? Can I ask a couple questions?
3 hours.
Can I ask a couple questions?
Sure.
Okay. So my first question is, how far away was she when this whole arson took place?
She was right there in the street.
Yeah, I know. 5 feet, 100 feet, 25 yards, 75 yards.
I don't know. Probably maybe 400 feet, 500 feet.
Well, that's a long way. Okay,
so
that's
100 or 500 feet, maybe.
So you're saying that's roughly 130 yards away.
I'm trying to think because I don't live in South.
Because that's a football field. That's a football. That's a football.
It's right in front of them.
It's a football field and a third away. It's a football field and a third away.
To the left.
Okay, so I'm just letting you know. If you remember in your mind's eye the video, that's a football field and 30 yards away. So roughly. Okay. It's more than a half of a football field, right? Because it's 3 feet per yard, 100 yards, that's 300 feet. So it's 400 feet. Okay. So another 100 feet divided by 3 is another 30 yards. So it is 130 yards. That's what so it's a football field and a third. Okay. I'm making sure my math is right. Okay. So even, let's just say it was a half a football field away. So it's 50 yards, it's 150 feet. Okay.
Okay.
Okay. Did he use a Molotov cocktail? Did he use a gas can? Did he use a flamethrower, a blowtorch? Was it a direct energy weapon? What happened? Do you know? Do you remember?
When we went in, by the time she got there, he was torching with a torch.
Like a blowtorch?
And so I don't know what I don't know if there was gasoline on it. I don't know because she wasn't over there.
Was it like an incendiary device, like a flare, or was it actually like fire coming out of a blowtorch or something?
Like a fire torch.
Holy shit! Okay, so this guy full WW2 got a torch. Okay, so through all of that process, through all of it, how did you figure out he had blonde hair and blue eyes when you were 130 yards away?
I wasn't there.
Well, the video is. You were there. You're looking through the video's eyes. So you were there because you're seeing a video. How did you know his blonde hair and blue eyes?
Before the AutoZone got burnt down, it was vandalized.
Okay.
When the little girl came over, you can hear her on the video. She's like, "They're gonna burn down AutoZone." Yeah,
like holy shit, AutoZone's gonna get burned down. I got it. Okay.
Right. So by the time my girlfriend got down to the AutoZone, that's all. She got there the time where he had the torch. He was kind of a little bit far away.
Yeah.
But there was other people around. Right. And everybody was like, holy shit, they burned down the argument. And they followed him because they thought he was odd because he was dressed in black with a black umbrella.
Okay.
So a few people, including her, and he was running.
Do you know what the umbrellas? Do you know what the umbrellas? Do you know what the umbrella's for? Just I can tell you what it's for. Do you know what the umbrella was for?
I don't know what it's for.
You're a smart person. Come on. Why would you have an umbrella if you're going to go commit a crime? Do you know?
To hide your face, maybe? I don't
Yeah,
know.
exactly. Yeah. So CCTV cameras, you can go ahead and put that in an angle. But more importantly, a lot of the Antifa guys use that so the cops won't push through. And they use these umbrellas and they put them out as kind of like a defensive weapon. So it leads me to believe that's an Antifa tactic. So, it's even less credible that he's CIA because first they say he's a white supremacist, which, well, it's interesting because this is why I wanted to explore the facts with you. But thank God it only took you an hour and 17 minutes to get all that shit out of your energy. Now we can have a conversation. What's your first name?
Maybe you're listening this time.
No, I've been listening the whole time. What's your first name again?
Name's Selena.
Nancy Selena, I want to tell you something.
Uh-huh.
I appreciate you calling in. I've given an hour and 17 minutes. Didn't get to see my kids go to bed, but I do appreciate you calling in. I really do. And you don't have to love me. You don't have to like me, but I would ask that if you want to have a conversation, bring the facts. So when I ask, we can have one. I still would like to know, why do you feel J6 was an inside job? Is there one thing that it just slams in your head and goes, this is why it was? Because that's the only thing I wanted to ask you. What do you think about it that makes it an inside job? What's the one piece that you can't sleep at night? Every time you go back to it, you think about. Can you at least tell me that? Because that's what we called for.
My girlfriend's video.
Okay. Well, listen, I hope you can send me some of that stuff. It's Matt at the DUM Show. I will apologize for the SSRI comments. That wasn't right to say. That's the only thing I apologize for in the whole conversation. I will apologize because you pissed me off by calling me fat. Anybody who's watched me for more than 5 minutes would know that I take what I look like very seriously. And that one saying changed my life forever when someone said it to me. So I take it very personal. If you knew anything about me, you would never say those words to me. I know you wouldn't if you knew the story.
You don't know anything about me. There's lots of things that
but I didn't attack you. I didn't attack you personally, lady. Lady, I didn't attack you personally.
We all have a story. Not just you.
Yeah, but I didn't affect your story. I didn't personally attack you until you decided to call me. No, I didn't. You still won't admit that you lied. Well, you did lie.
No, I didn't.
You told me they changed the article. They didn't.
I told you I was talking out loud. Like what? Because I told you I'm trying to recall.
We're going to go around in circles. You're not a liar. You're not a liar. You're fine. You're not a liar. Whatever. Lady, I'm doing whatever I can to try to smoke the peace pipe, but we don't want to smoke the peace pipe. We want to continue to do this. You're married for a reason. Your husband is more than acquiesced for you to go after him. Go attack him. You don't need to attack me. Go get him. Go beat him up. Okay, what? Okay, you're not. You listen. You can't argue with me about not arguing. That's not the way that works. You're literally arguing about you arguing. You're saying, I'm not arguing while you're arguing. I can't. I've already got a wife. I don't need another one. I'm good. I'll go. My wife's going to yell at me now for being late. You go yell at your husband. We'll all be happy. Come on the show anytime. Watch the show. Stop getting pissed off. The whole show is called Don't Unfriend Me for a reason. I might say things that you don't agree with. And lady, that is fine. That is fine. There's nothing wrong with it.
Listen, Matt, you probably need to go tuck your kids in. And I will send you information just strictly because Minnesota needs the awareness.
Yep.
But in all reality, I'll send it to you, but I'm done watching your show for a while.
Fucking awesome.
You're going to thank me, and you're probably going to regret some of the calling
I'm sure
me a
I
liar.
am. You know what? And I woo the day. I woo the day.
Not for you, but because Minnesota needs it.
Yeah,
I
will rue the day that you show me up, and guess what? I will keep my word on everything I said. If you have that evidence, we will. Cool. Show me the evidence, and I'll play it on the show, and I'll admit I'm wrong. Okay. But the only thing I'm wrong about is that the CIA and the articles weren't changed, because that's the only thing I question you being a liar about. I'm waiting for the videos. I'm waiting for the Minnesota cops.
That they were changed. I'm just thinking out loud because
It doesn't matter whether you think out loud or not. It's what you said. It's what you said.
On the stuff, and I'm like, wait, maybe
you're right.
Maybe it came out wrong, but in my head at that time, I'm like, because you're reading it, and I'm like,
I almost got you there. I almost got you to come over to the good side and just say, you said maybe that's wrong. No, it's not maybe. It is wrong. You were wrong, and it's okay. There's nothing wrong with being wrong. I just told you I shouldn't have said anything about SSRIs. That was wrong of me. Did you hear me admit it? Lady, you can say I was wrong, and all it does is earn you credibility. That's it. But when you say you weren't, then you're lying. Okay.
I'm not lying.
Okay, you're right. You're not. All right.
That's
Listen,
pissing
thank
me
God.
off.
Hey, thanks for calling in. I really appreciate you. Seriously, I got to go. I do have a family, and I do appreciate
You do have to go.
I do. So do you. Go beat your husband up. Go get him. Go after him. He's going to love it. You guys will have a great night tonight. Good night. Go get some sleep. Bye-bye. All right. Holy fuck. There is no conversation that's not salvageable. There is no conversation that isn't worth having. And I don't care if I was on the phone with her till 4 a.m. I was going to finish that fucking conversation no matter what. Because she obviously feels the need to have that conversation. And damn it, I'm going to be there. I don't agree with what she said. I still don't know why she supports J6 and believes it was an inside job. I don't think we got anywhere closer to the Minnesota cops that predicted J6. Did I get a donation tonight? Because damn it, if I didn't get one, I swear, nope, nothing. All of that people, Ramon is like, I'll give you $50 if you hang up on her. I wasn't going to. It's not worth it. It's not worth it. It's not worth it to, listen, people out there got to get things off their chest. They gotta vent. They got to know, and they got to be challenged. Some people have to be challenged because it's the cowards that don't challenge her that are doing her a disservice. It's the ones that take her money or feed into her the lies and don't challenge her are the ones that are doing her a disservice. And if that winds up having her hate me or not watch my show, then so be it. But in the end, there are people who openly, she just said, I've never watched a J6 video. I don't watch the news. I haven't even seen the videos you're talking about. I wouldn't even cry. Yeah, there's a couple I would cry. There's a couple of videos that it was so unpatriotic. It was so un-American that on both sides, from the police officers to the Capitol Police to the people who were protesting, both sides did abhorrent things. Abhorrent things. And I will ultimately say that there are people who were arrested or people who were harassed by the police who shouldn't have been, or harassed by the FBI. I've never denied that. My argument about J6, and my only argument about J6, is the following. I don't care how convincing Ray Epps or Antifa or CIA or FBI agents are. I don't care how convincing. Guys, I don't want your money. Somebody even asked that. They're like, Matt, why do you need money? Listen, I saved my money for my children for college. I'm not going to apologize for that. But I'm willing to invest if those videos are true in order to tell a story. The second thing is the $10,000 is what I started with. And I always said if there was information that could help break a story or make it go big, I would give $10,000 to somebody to pay for that story. And nobody's ever taken it. So it's not that I'm rich, because I'm not. But I have a living to make. And I have spent a lifetime, apologize for having money when I have money. But if you think that I'm rolling in the cash, you have another thing coming. Because we don't share that information with people. And I had to be, the one thing that people said about me for 3.5 years was Matt doesn't beg for money. He doesn't beg you to buy shit. He gives you some ideas on clothes or whatever. But I hate doing commercials. I hate that I have to. But I've got to monetize it because it's my income. But anyway, I don't want anyone's money who can't do it, and don't ever feel like you have to. Never. Never. But anyway, the whole thing about J6, it was Antifa, it was Nancy Pelosi, it was FBI. Okay, all that's true. Why did you participate? And the answer that I get is people's blood was up, and I wouldn't have. I never would have stormed a gate. I never would have went into and disrespected the institutions of our capital. And that's just me. I swore to defend the Constitution. I don't agree with it. And I don't care how convincing Ray Epps was. I don't care how convincing someone in a car. Someone in a car says, hey, we're going to go rob a liquor store. You know what I'm going to say? You pull the fuck over. Or I'm going to choke you from the back seat and get me out of this car. I'm not going to allow you to get me involved in this. Well, I appreciate everybody. That was a long show. Thanks for watching. A lot of people stuck around. We haven't done that in a while. Can anyone tell me the last time we had a heated dialogue like that? I can't even remember. It comes down to this. I just want to see the information. Joe says, Matt, I'm calling in to talk about George Floyd and J6. What was all the comments that people were saying? Somebody said to go read. Matt, can you tell us who Creepy Doll Caller was while you were busy with your guest? Nightmare material there. I don't know who that was. It said Amy on there. That wasn't, who was that? I didn't see. Matt, I'll send you money when the car insurance is paid. No. Stop it. That conversation was crazy. We've had worse. Karen, you could have called in. You were grumpy with me a little bit, right? I looked at your freeze-dried meat. That's great. She was very passionate. Everyone donate for Matt's birthday. No, just don't worry about it. Damn it, I don't get the Avs game tonight. Well, what the hell's the score? You're holding out for my birthday. Oh, well, you're all loved. You have a lot of patience, Matt, more than me. Listen, I have argued my entire life. I am married to one of the you guys. Hey, Liv, you guys think that Olivia is just this soft, tepid, high school princess? You got no idea. That woman fights like a pit bull, and she can argue real well. Thanks for the update. It's easy watch. I'm just winding down a little bit. What else do we have time for? Sorry, I've got to see. This is my bedtime. She never stops. Tomorrow is Red Friday. No doubt. Here's the thing. I have no anger towards her at all. Not one little bit. Not at all. You guys might think I was angry. I'm not angry. I just shut up. Let me answer your question or let me ask one. Ramon, I bet she gives good helmet. Spaceballs. I don't want to continue this. She seems lovely, but come on. Self-reflection. I would like to see the video. It sounds like it really influenced her. It does. That's why I want to see it too. That's why I wanted to see it. See, there's the thing is that I was trying to break her down on several occasions. Once we were, things started to chill, it just went back up. And that's because the relationship was bad before she even called. She already had her ideas about me. She already knew what she thought about me. She had already had an interaction with me she didn't like. And so it was already set. Like I told you, you can't change people's mind who don't like you. It's just no way. Sounds like Antifa to me. Yeah, me too. 50 of them just before they burn the camp down. You guys got to understand is there's different levels of FBI, but after, very much, but after Ruby Ridge, the FBI got severely hamstrung with how many agents they can send. And yes, if it's a big corporate clear out, if they're going after like an espionage case and they're going into a major building, they'll put 50 agents. They'll bring every agent within 1,000 miles in the way. That's different. To do a knock, come on, guys. Guns at little girls' heads. Let's just. I know the FBI. We just saw Department of Homeland Security go into P. Diddy's place and do the same thing. But even they didn't have 50 agents, right? It sounds. I didn't question that happened. I want evidence of it. I want to see the warrant. Why do I want to see the warrant? There's a couple reasons. One is it's going to have the charges. Two, if they have 50 agents there, you're going to have the offices that those agents are from. And then I can make phone calls and use people who I know who are in the FBI to get a scoop and find out if what did happen, because they're all wearing body cameras. And I make one phone call and I'm going to be able to find out what happened on that day. And I'm going to get the whole story. Why do you think I want the warrant? It's not to question. It's to prove. I'm trying to help her prove it. And if you think I'm kidding that I wouldn't go ahead and invest every penny I have in releasing that information that's never been released, you don't know anything about me. Why the hell would I not? Hey, bud. What are you off tomorrow?
Yeah.
Holy crud moly. What are you doing up?
I'm going to bed.
All right, brother man. You're off tomorrow. What's the day? What's the celebration?
It's no celebration. It's end of marking period, so it's the grading. So
Oh, did the Avs win?
it's 42 with 7 minutes left.
42 who, son? Dude, seriously, bro. Learn how to tell me the score. You're the buzz. You're the best, buddy. I love you, Squirt. Hey, tell Mom to come in here real quick. Last fun. Okay. Okay, hold on. See, this is why I love Kristen, because Kristen went in here. And
the mistake, he made a dramatic sigh when he got up. What? I hear I'm the boss of the house.
you gonna come in real quick? Get on mic real quick.
On mic? Okay.
Yeah, get on mic. Karen, I thought you were mad at me earlier. That's all. 4-2 Colorado. Yes. Okay. Don't hide yourself. You look beautiful. Oh, God. Sorry, I'm a Wild fan, but polling for Avs. That's okay. I think you think I was frustrated? Oh, Maureen, I wasn't frustrated. Liv, Maureen thinks I was frustrated. You haven't seen me frustrated.
I didn't even hear it, and I know you were in your element, and I thought you were good.
Yeah, I wasn't frustrated. Okay. I was in control of that conversation completely. I wasn't upset. Sometimes I bring it to a crescendo so it can eclipse and we can get to the nuts, right? I tried to bring it up to a level so she could just get it out of her system, and then we could find some amicable conversation, slow down. It took a long time. I don't like leaving conversations worse than I found them. So, Liv,
I heard she called in.
Yeah, she called.
The dummies were keeping me up to speed.
Yeah, she called in, and the reason I wanted to bring you in is because they're like, I was like, Olivia can argue with the best of them.
I've been married to you for 25 years. Of course I can.
Yeah, and they have no idea. So Amy Stamcombe came out and put on I thought it was Amy Stamcombe because I saw her wearing a Ask the Why shirt, but she put on this weird ass doll mask and it was freaky. Well, that's 50 agents from the IRS. It depends, right? It depends. But the whole point is I'm not questioning that. I want to see the warrant. I want to know what the warrant is. I want to know what the arresting, why the warrant was issued. And the agents will be listed on the warrant. You guys all saw that when we went ahead and saw the inventory for Mar-a-Lago when they seized it. They had the arresting agents listed on the warrant. And that's what I want. You held up good, Matt. Oh, it wasn't even a debate. That's just stupid. Matt, I sent you the video she was referring to, but she went far left field in the wrong ballpark. Okay, let me find the video. Where did you send it? You sent it to the DUM Show? JD, thanks for the 20. You're the best. 2625. Glenn, thank you. 2 donations, one from Glenn, one from JD. You guys didn't have to do that. I was teasing. Thank you. Where's the video? Is it in my messages?
I think it's in dumb chat messages.
Dumb chat messages. Where?
I don't know, but my mouse is dying.
Liv, where's the video?
I don't.
Oh, Lee sent it to me. Okay, hold on.
I don't have my phone.
Okay. All right, so I'm gonna play this. And Liv, you can watch, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
I already watched it.
Well, you should have watched with me.
There's no video.
This thing is 3 hours and 49 minutes long. What the shit? Lee, where am I going in this video? Tear gas. These are the... Oh, here we go. Okay, here we go. Hold on. Here's AutoZone, maybe. That's what happened when you get tear gas in your face, you douche plows. Well, that's what happens when you're idiots.
You shouldn't.
Lee, am I on the right video? Okay, there's the AutoZone. So is she Black Lives Matter? Because this is BLM. They don't look like Republicans. Am I confused? I'm going to look at it, Kristen. Hold on. I want to see the blowtorch. Okay, so a chemical weapons expert comes in and says, hey, they set the AutoZone on fire. There's explosive shit in there. Move away. All right, so let's watch this. The roof. Where's the blowtorch? AutoZone has propane? Really?
I don't know.
I don't think AutoZone has propane. I don't remember seeing a propane exchange in AutoZone. That's interesting. I mean, now we know. James, I don't think we're going to find the video of the Minnesota police talking about January 6th. And yeah, I don't know.
I guess I can't hear the video.
They can't hear it? Son of a bitch.
Yeah.
Hold on. There you go. All right, I don't see a blowtorch.
Everybody here fucking protest. These businesses are literally owned by citizens. These businesses are literally owned by citizens. I'm sorry, you guys. I got a lot going on. A lot of people are telling me what to say and what not to say, what to do and what not to do. And I understand people are scared for my safety, but I'm getting a little overwhelmed at the moment.
And there it is. That's their explanation for this.
But literally, I understand that you guys are angry. I definitely get it. That's why we are protesting in the first place. This is literally somebody that probably lives in Minneapolis. You know what I mean? This is their building. Literally.
All right, so this girl sounds pretty based. I mean, so maybe she's not. Maybe she's just citizen journalist or whatever. Yeah, this sounds like the same one you watched. Okay.
Businesses. These are our businesses that you guys are destroying.
There we
Why? Now we don't have an AutoZone here. Now there's not a check place right there. Now Target has to go stock up all over again.
I told my kids, I said, this is
liquor store. This whole area is fucked now. They don't
Oh,
have
well, good for her. You know, I mean, good for her for standing there in a crowd and preaching, man. Good for her.
You guys literally done this. They're not real police.
I'll still see no CIA bullshit. Does anyone know where it's the same girl? Okay, so is the other video shorter? Because this one's driving me crazy. This one's too long. You're not going to be able to scrub it in 3 hours. And I honestly, Search for man smashing windows. Okay, here we go. Here we go. This is what I'm talking
Customer journey maps, eh? We almost run out of space.
Tell me about it. I think it's time to use Miro.
All right, here we go.
Somebody hold my blunt. Hey, somebody hold my...
Oh, look at that mask. Look at that mask, that gas mask that I told you about. Oh, it looks like I was right.
This is the one I looked at.
Looks like, yeah, so you can see the auto going through.
Guy just came with a hammer and smashed the windows.
I'm gonna fight you right now.
You wanna go? What's up? Somebody hold my blunt. Hey, somebody hold my blunt. Hey.
This is crazy out here, you guys.
Are you?
So
Thank you guys. I appreciate all the love and support.
wait a second, I got two
I
videos
appreciate
going.
it.
Jeez.
Do you see what our city is going through? Do you see?
All right, so let's watch this one. This one looks more interesting. So I was right about the gas mask. I was right about the hoodie. I was right that you couldn't see his eyes and you couldn't see his hair. Just want to let you know. Just want to let you know. So far, 3 for 3. I'm just saying. Just 3 for 3. Just saying.
Looks like, yeah, so you can see the...
Liv, she called me fat.
She called you fat? Well, I heard your hat didn't get turned backwards, so it couldn't have been that bad.
No, she called me fat. And I almost, yeah, I didn't get upset.
Well, I asked the dummies if I need to come in and assert my dominance, and they said you did a pretty good job.
No, you need to do that tonight, but not for this. Let's watch the rest. I want to finish this. I just want to put it to bed, you know? I want to see. He's carrying a Little Caesars pizza, this guy. This guy almost threw down with this umbrella guy, and he didn't drop his Caesars pizza, but he dropped his blunt. He's like, you want to go? It's like, dude, that guy's got like 1.5 feet on you. And I don't know if you want to and give up 40 pounds.
With a hammer and smashed the windows.
I was just repeating. Yeah, he looks like Antifa. See, what's interesting is during this time for these riots, this is when Antifa started carrying umbrellas. He looks like an Antifa guy. They say he's a white supremacist, but, you know, they say...
look like an Antifa, because Antifa always wears black, and they wear masks. And
then they brought the umbrellas because they used them for CCTVs, and they use them, and they put them out like the penguin when the police get close, and they use them like riot shields. Stupid. It's just fucking dumb. But they make, you know, Spartan circles with it. These kids are morons. But so far, there's nothing that says CIA. It's all presumption. Oh, Amy, I don't know who called in. All I saw was the mask. Like it said, Amy's like, but Matt did lie. He says it was me that called it. I didn't know who called in. I didn't see it. All I saw was the sweater, and then I saw the mask. So I didn't see who called in. So I didn't know, sister. Sorry, Ames.
They're both named Amy.
We are aware that the social media post that erroneously identifies one of our officers. So right there, breaking windows. We've seen it. We've looked into it, and it's false. So people are making shit up when people don't know. Where's the...
Some people are just...
So it looks like... Hey, guys. It looks like the fucking mask guy broke the windows, but it doesn't look like he set fires. Looks like he broke windows. See, this is why I can't stand this shit. Because...
What is the point? Why are you going and damaging...
Do you want to be on camera?
No.
I'll put you on camera. Here you go.
Dude.
I'm kidding.
No.
All right.
If you even want to think about
you got it.
Not on camera.
See, here, go ahead, honey. I know I'm not fat. I don't give a shit what somebody says. And you know what? I haven't been asked for a refund. I know what I look like without a shirt on, so I really don't give a shit.
I think you're sexy, and that's all that
You don't have to think, you know. Anyway, go ahead and say what you're going to say.
I don't understand why people think rioting and looting and destroying other people's property is fun.
I don't know, but I don't understand why people see a video like that and somehow they come away with that person has blonde hair and blue eyes, which they probably do, and think that it's not Antifa, and then go ahead and say it's CIA.
Doesn't make sense.
Watch the one she stands by, if I'm not mistaken. All right, fuck.
I got my phone out there.
It's all right. I got to do it. The dummies are staying on. I mean, if they're staying on, I'm going to, all right, Kristen, watch the one. That's the same one I just watched. It was 3.5 hours long. I'm not watching a 3.5 hour video again, Kristen. It's the same exact video. Watch the one of her profile. That's the guy with the Bic lighter and can of break. Where? Where is that video? Right. Show me the fire. Show me who started it. I don't have a dad bod, Victoria. I work my ass off not to have a dad bod. Sorry. Don't have a dad bod. I don't want one. Where's the video? Guys, tell me what minute mark. You guys got to give me the info. I can't sit here for 3.5 hours. I went through it. I don't see it. So he broke the windows, but where's the blowtorch? Boom, but the rumors were it's a Fed. I thought Antifa. Well, that's the thing I'm saying. That's what I'm trying to say, y'all, is I got the video, but I don't see where he's identified as CIA. I hear that he was identified as a cop, and then the police department came out, and it even says it in the video that the police department denied it and said, no, it's bullshit. Why am I wasting my time on? I know this is all bullshit. I know it's bullshit. I don't even know why I'm wasting my time on this because I like the dummies. Someone tell me what the timestamp is. Come on, Kristen. Yes, sir. BK says, we will keep you here till 3 a.m. because we have no life, right? Yeah.
I have a life.
Will you stop? It's not even late yet.
It's 10, almost 11. I got to work tomorrow, and
All
I
right.
didn't sleep last night.
It's your fault. You won't stay home from work when you're actually sick. And my I'm getting sick. You guys, I've got all this video, but I don't see Umbrella Man. I don't see a blowtorch. Oh, here we go. Hold on.
I don't know what's going on in there. This window over here. It is ridiculous.
They're spray painting.
At the riot.
Okay, listen.
Go ahead.
Listen.
Hey man, all I gotta say is R.P. George Floyd. Everybody making great comments about motherfuckers protesting and shit, raping innocent motherfuckers doing that, bro. You ain't gotta cross the white, bro. Don't say nothing at all, because you're sitting at home around.
Oh my God. Okay, I'm gonna put this to bed. Here's what it comes down to. This is all stupid. There's no doubt in my mind that somebody set a fire. There's no doubt in my mind that it may have been blonde guy who held the guy's penis while he pissed napalm and set it on fire. Okay, there's nothing to show that he's CIA. Nothing, not at all, not one. Just like there's absolutely no proof at all that J6, until we have that investigation, until we actually have the agents that were in the field, we're never going to know. But to sit here and say because this guy has an umbrella, has a mask, and he's dressed all in black, well, that looks like every Antifa guy I've ever seen. It doesn't change the fact. It doesn't change the fact that it doesn't say anything about the CIA. And that's my argument. Just show me it's the CIA. Listen, do I get a little sensitive when people go ahead and accuse alphabet agencies that I've worked with, people who I know work? Yeah, it does. It bothers me because you know what? There are plenty of them that do bad shit and they're held accountable, but there is an honor amongst intel. And you know, the ones who do truly do the bad shit, those people are held accountable. But there is no way, shape, or form that I'm going to go ahead and buy into it until I see somebody say this person is arrested. They are CIA. They're undercover. There is nothing that says that guy's CIA. Nothing. And why would the CIA go and light a fire when they have direct energy weapons anyway, and they can light Maui on fire? Boom, mic drop. Okay, I'm done. Folks, this was a very long show. This has happened before. We've been on since midnight before. Thank you for watching the Don't Unfriend Me show. I appreciate you. Thank you for staying on. I will be on tomorrow. It is a work day for me. Hold on. Obviously not always. What do you mean not always? What does that mean, Arnold? What does that mean? That, yeah, that's my point. Is there are times where the FBI doesn't hold its people accountable. The police don't hold their people accountable. CIA don't hold their people accountable. But there was a time that it absolutely was crucial and integrity was important. So when somebody questions it, you just simply have to have evidence. You don't get here to sit here and say that this guy set the AutoZone on fire as CIA because you don't know who he is. That it's just not the way things work, right? That's called having proof. There is a guy who set it on fire. Yes, he was wearing a mask. No, you can't see his eye color. No, you can't see if he's blonde. Those things were all said. He said he had a blowtorch. I didn't see no blowtorch. And that he was CIA. And he's not. The accusation was that he was cop. But this is where the stories get misconstrued and people make shit up. And this disproves that caller's legitimacy. Because what she said happened didn't happen. At least what I can see. We went through it and scrubbed it 2 times, and I saw nothing with the guy in the mask starting the fire. All right, I'm going to leave. Good night, everybody. Thanks for watching the Don't Unfriend Me show. We'll see you tomorrow bright and early because we'll be here. Do me a favor, stop by thedumshow.com and like, share, and subscribe. We'll see you guys in the morning. God bless. Take care. I'll see you tomorrow. Thanks for watching. Thanks for having a good time.
Night, y'all.
See ya.
Adjusting transmitter output.
This is the Don't Unfriend Me show with your hosts, Matt, Leroy, Amy, Olivia, and Mike. Geopolitics, military analysis, and election coverage. Coming to you live on the Spreely.tv network and all major social media channels at The DUM Show. Honest, direct, unfiltered. We can agree, we can disagree. Just don't unfriend me.